All right. Well, we're going to hop into game number 1 right now, Slam. And it will be on Arabia, as all our sets are. Because it wouldn't be an Age of Empires 2 tournament, or a good one, if we didn't have Arabia as a set map, right?
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I think I might have just jumped in just a second too late here.
Okay. Yeah, since these games were played over the week, we just hop into the recorded games at the same time. I'm at 30 seconds now, if you want to try and adjust a bit. But Kotyan Khan is playing as the Mayans, which I would say is an expected pick. No color mind games, went for blue. And then Sheriff of Nottingham has gone for Vikings, which is something that Doubt did in the qualifier. What?
So did you see this I know I watched the last set, but has Vikings been picked at all in Arabia yet besides this game?
So it is not. It was used by Doubt in the qualifier, but Doubt said that he picked Vikings because he was saving strategies for the main event.
Interesting. Yeah. And Viper, he is a Viking, isn't he?
He is a Viking, yeah. You think this is a Viper-esque thing to do? Is
No, not at all. I was just curious.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised we haven't seen Sheriff pick the color yellow as well. And I don't think they're allowed to, right? It's supposed to be blue and red.
No, dude, you can choose colors. We haven't had a lot of players doing it. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm surprised he isn't yellow.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, we'll see if it's actually Viper, right? How do you think Vikings perform against Mayans? Because the players are pretty far apart. I'd say both have strong economies, but Mayans is probably the preferred pick by most pro players.
Yeah, that's I'm not too familiar with this matchup too much, but I do know that if Mayans goes for plumes, Vikings sometimes has an upper edge in early imp because we got a boar steal right now. Sorry,
not MBL. Confirmed to not be MBL because he failed the boar steal.
Yeah. I do know there is a window with Vikings that they can do very well in early imp because they can pull out skirms and arbs quick, and they can also use their castles to build trebs very quick, whereas Mayans needs the castles for unit production. So it really depends on whether or not Mayans goes plumes or eagles.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird. The meta has kind of shifted away from plumes ever since they became a little bit more expensive. And what I've been seeing in Mayans Wars is Drush Fast Castle, but going into crossbows. So I guess if you consider that, Vikings can probably do that just as well as Mayans. And the other thing about this is it's not as if Mayans isn't the expected pick in game 1. So we could have another player expecting to see Mayans and picking a civ they're comfortable with against it. But here we have a fun fact. Boars stolen per 100 matches. This is interesting. After Sheriff of Nottingham failed with the boar steal, a shout out to AOCRex.com for making this possible. Aztecs have stolen boars 10% of the time, or I guess 9.4 boars per 100 matches. Mayans, 6%, and that's 4th place. And then Vikings is all the way down to 21st. So it's not common to see boar steals at all with Viking Slam.
I see that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, that makes sense. That's a cool little stat.
Yeah, we'll have a bunch of those. We couldn't get it working for the earlier games, but we have some cool stuff planned.
So have you seen any double boar steals yet?
No. I figured if we do, it's MBL, because he's the only one who would even have the balls to attempt it.
Of course. You know what? Sheriff, though, check out his deer, though. That is some pretty nice deer. It's pretty close to the mill.
Yeah.
Most of the time, players will usually just push it back to their TC, but I could definitely see that as being a huge advantage, going straight from the berries to the deer.
Yeah, so I know you would have pushed all those deer in already, because you just can't.
Absolutely.
You just can't not push the deer. I know you.
I can't resist. When I see deer, I push deer.
Yeah.
I'm a simple person.
Well, Sheriff has scouted a lot here. He tried to steal the boar, failed, but he said, whatever, I'm going to scout your whole base and try and see what strategy might be going for. And he sees the barracks, so he knows that this is probably a drush coming from Kotyan. And as I see Loom from Sheriff, I believe his decision will probably be for Man-at-Arms.
Yeah, and what a weird position for Red's barracks. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just such a strange spot. Usually you kind of put it out front, like where his house is to the south, like that's where you probably see a barracks. Oh, but maybe he's trying to set up a wall Oh, I see what he's doing. He may want to go from the barracks to the edge of the map.
Yeah,
so that way
wall
he
to
can
the...
contain his gold. Yeah.
Yeah, yep, there's a house. He's on his way to Feudal Age. Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay, that makes sense.
he knows that Kotyan is going for the typical Mayans... Wait, no, never mind. I lied. Kotyan is going for Man-at-Arms as well, and he has scouted that.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a mere play right now.
Yeah, I really like Vikings. I know why people choose Mayans all the time, but if you feel like Mayans might be a good pick for future maps and you can get a win against them with Vikings, I remember there was a website that would track all the data for Voobly games, and I remember Vikings were top 5, and that was when people were only playing Arabia Slam, so could be pretty sick.
Vikings were top 5.
Yeah, they were like 3rd or 4th in rated games when everyone was doing random Civ Arabia.
Yeah, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, I really do not like being up against Vikings when I haven't done damage to their eco.
Yeah, okay.
It frightens me.
All right, well, Kotyan might not be able to. He's scouting, but the walls seem to be coming up at the perfect time for the Sheriff. And Sheriff's militia are coming forward, and the berries are exposed for Kotyan. So less walling for him, which is a bit of a surprise. He's going for Drush Archers, actually, which I think is a... Wait, hold on.
This is pretty... Oh,
he's going forward?
Sheriff is sending his militia back, which I don't think he needs to do, like, at this moment. Like, yeah, now he's going back again, because, like, there's nothing worse than exchanging drushes, and then one person, like, if I'm sending a drush forward and they're walled, and then they send their drush forward and I'm not walled,
yeah,
that's already a huge advantage right there.
Okay, I thought originally that these villagers were going to be building an archery range for Kotyan, but instead he sees the wood line and he wants to tower it. A very quick decision to do that, too.
This is huge, because look at Sheriff, like, where's his other wood?
That's true. He doesn't.
Where's he gonna go?
He doesn't have another wood line. The gold's fine, the berries are good, but we didn't talk about the wood lines. That's a huge tower if that actually goes up.
Man.
Alright, Kotyan sees the man-at-arms. He didn't take much damage, though he did need to leave his berries temporarily. And he's casually building an archery range, and he still has Gold Slam. He can make a few archers, and he should be able to just hold from this until that tower goes up and does a lot for him.
Yeah, I don't think this is looking good for Sheriff.
Oh, wait, counter tower.
Yeah, oh, he sees it.
Yeah, how did he spot that? That's crazy.
Well done. He probably did the whole,
scan,
palisade, hover over the fog.
Yeah.
Which is pretty smart for him.
Yeah, I mean, if this tower doesn't go up, he's going to have some problems. He's going to have problems anyways, but he just needs to shoot that tower down, and he gets his tower up defensively. Nice play.
Yeah, it's still very annoying, though, especially... Yeah.
Yeah.
But Vikings, he'll be all right.
Yeah, will he take out that eagle? This is a good fight for him. Keeps his scout alive. I'd like to see him use that elsewhere on the map. Okay. Never mind.
Oh, man.
He was made for war, I guess.
It's so mirrored right now.
Yeah.
It's like one range each.
Yeah, and I think Sheriff having the free wheelbarrow, also having the hundreds of food and the deer there, he's not going to be too concerned. I'm looking at the total vill counts. It's 29 for Sheriff. It's 30 for Kotyan, and that's just because Mayans start with one extra vill. But remember, when Mayans research wheelbarrow, that idles your town center, so Vikings will basically have a vill lead because of that. Pretty even.
Yeah, I'm actually getting more and more pumped to see Vikings play in this, because like I honestly don't see it very much these days.
Yeah.
And against Mayans, so I'm really actually curious how Red's gonna play this out.
Yeah, and also in a best of 5 too. It's not just about this game. Let's say Sheriff wins this as Vikings. Does he have a plan for Mayans later? Because that could be really cool. If he gets the win against Mayans, and then picks Mayans in a beastly spot for a future game, that's a game plan that can take you really far in tournaments.
Yeah, yeah. Because okay. Has Vikings been chosen in any other maps? Have you seen?
On Cup we've seen it, and I think MBL is the one who really would do that a lot. And I'm not sure if it was MBL. If it was MBL we saw earlier playing, I think he didn't play as good as he would normally play. But that's the only map I've seen Vikings picked on.
Let's see. And both are still sticking with just one range, which is interesting to see.
Yeah, I feel like that's The meta's definitely shifted to building 3 extra farms and staying on 1 archery range instead of building 2 archery ranges and less farms.
Yeah, I think everyone is maybe scared of doing, you know, the standard 2 range full archers because 1 range full skirms can do, you know, very well against that.
True, yeah.
So I don't know, maybe that might be one of the reasons.
Yeah, I think the one thing Sheriff has to keep in the back of his mind right now, though, is that if he loses his range numbers, there's not a lot that he can do here. Viking Knights are not fantastic. And he also can't rely on full skirm either, because if he does that, then Mayans can go Eagles. So you almost need a fine mix of skirms and archers if you're in the Vikings position.
Yeah, true. And Castle Age Eagles, they can be a little tough sometimes to be up against.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at the resources now. Wheelbarrow is in for both players now, and you see the 3 villager difference because of that. Kotyan has 700 food, and it is 500 food for Sheriff. Honestly, if you just would have pushed in a deer in Dark Age, he would have the same uptime. Slam.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Pure pushing. It's the only way.
Yeah, of course, when I'm co-casting with you, it comes back to pushing a deer as the difference.
Oh, so blue is on his way up.
Oh, wow. Okay, this is an interesting stat about deer pushing, too. So, Mongols push 2 deer per game. Vikings, they're 19th, so they're 1.14, and then Mayans are way down. That's actually a surprise that Mayans are so low.
I'm just going to have to interrupt there and say that those are rookie numbers. But anyways.
Slam pushes deer without a scout, okay? He'll find a lumberjack to push a deer if he has to.
Actually, yes.
It's funny, there's so many differences between you and Spring, but the one thing that's similar is
I
that...
hope so.
Oh, God. Oh, I was about to say a good thing, and you just threw a diss out there. The one good thing comparing you and Spring is that if there's 4 deer, you'll push them. You will both push all the deer. Oh, that was great.
A stable in behind.
Hiding
a little
it.
secret stable. Yeah, I like that.
Well, I think I like it if Kotyan is mixing skirms and archers, but he's going full archers. That could be really bad, actually.
Yeah, I did not see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going through Red's head right now. Like when he built that stable, I wonder what he's thinking. Like, oh, Blue's gonna go maybe full skirm, or he might be adding eagles.
Yeah.
I don't know how much he scouted in the front. But...
Maybe he just kind of mind gamed himself there, and he thought, well, Vikings would never go knights, so he's probably going full skirm because he doesn't think Vikings will go knights. So I'm gonna go with knights, but then he's gonna see archers from Kotyan. So yeah, I don't know.
I think he's psyching himself out right now. Maybe
Blue only showed skirmishers there. So there's skirmishers and 1 or 2 archers, so I could see why he might assume that. Ooh, and Sheriff actually added a scout to trade versus the skirms, but this does give Kotyan kind of a heads up, like, hey, I'm going to send a few knights out, so be aware.
Yeah. True. But he may click on that scout, and he will see... Players do like to click on the units and see if there's any upgrades, especially on scouts.
Yeah.
So he's going to see that there isn't... He might be thinking, well, you know, maybe he just built that to scout. He might not be going knights.
Yeah, Kotyan. Defensive Siege Workshop at home from Kotyan, which is a bit of a surprise, but it's not a surprise he wants to hit this wood line. I think Sheriff should probably be patrolling his army on that hill. It's too dangerous to not have your army here.
Yeah, that wood line is...
That's brutal.
Oh, man, it's stressing me out.
Well, what's stressing me out is that Sheriff has known about it, and he didn't have his crossbows patrolling on the hill. Like, his goal that isn't in range of any units, and he was instead patrolling in front of the ranges, so, you know, he pays the price for that. It is still 42 villagers for both players after the Vill loss, though.
He does outnumber him with these archers. Maybe he might be able to clean up.
Yep.
Since Blue can't really find a way back. And now he's got this full hill.
Yeah, full hill. No university for ballistic. Oh, wait. Ballistics is on the way for Sheriff.
Oh, man, Red's going to clean up big time.
Nice. Yeah, he should with ballistics. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Dodge a little bit. Yeah, nice splits. Almost unnecessary to do any splits here if you have ballistic. But whoa, Kotyan is out. He's just out microed ballistics twice.
Oh my.
But yeah, he loses the fight.
And you know what? even though Blue's losing a lot here, it still seems like Blue's been making the first moves here, kind of in control of the game. So even though Blue loses a bunch of units, Blue at home has already got 2 TCs. He's already ran another army. He's just harassing all over the place, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
I hate being the player in the position that's it's just constantly reacting.
Yep. Yeah, it's almost about getting to the position where you get a slight lead. In this case, I think the slightly faster Castle Age did it for Kotyan. And then knowing how to control the pace of the game. Kotyan will add the 3rd town center now on the left. He has a forward Mangonel. I'm just thinking back to the stable. We haven't seen that stable do anything for Sheriff.
Oh, yeah.
He's made a knight now, but who knows how much that will do. And he's 1 TC. He's made Siege Workshop, stable, 2 ranges. He needs to get a TC up elsewhere. Oh, but Slam, he's kind of going all in now. He's going for Thumb Ring.
I bet you he's feeling that way. I bet he built that tower. He wasn't mining stone. He went into Castle Age without stone.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe he thought, you know, I want to be behind an eco, just capitalize on military.
Okay. I mean, with Thumb Ring and Ballistics and having free hand card for 1 TC eco, it's not the end of the world. But if this army doesn't do something for him, Kotyan's going to climb. He's going to get a whole lot stronger. So let's see. Oh, there's no TC on the gold. And the crossbows might just run right in here.
That's very nice. Yeah, especially the stone as well.
Wow.
But he does have a Siege Workshop at home, so maybe we might see a Mangonel coming out.
Yeah, I see this knight from Sheriff. What are the odds that that knight snipes the Mangonel? That would be beautiful.
Oh, could you imagine?
Oh my goodness. Kotyan, look, whoa, did you see that? That was 3 times. These crossbows have ballistics and thumb ring, and Kotyan dodged all 3 volleys with that villager. Who is this man? That was sick.
Disgusting.
There's only a few players that would try dodging ballistics like that.
And I will say, Blue, I don't know if it's sometimes maps kind of make you feel, you know, like what I'm trying to say is Blue looks much more clean, you know, with his eco and everything. But, you know, Sheriff also had kind of a rough wood line and things were a bit disorganized. But I'm just liking Blue's play. It's nice and clean.
Yeah, it's standard, very standard. And I would say when we're thinking about players, we actually, our Hera emote has a mop next to Hera. It's because Hera tends to play clean and standard. So when we see the future maps and Civ picks, if we see this guy continuing to play a certain way and that way is the meta, then I think maybe we might be talking about your fellow Canadian, man.
Oh boy. And you know what? If you look at Blue's archers forward, I don't know how many experts are really doing this nowadays, but they're doing the split formation very quickly.
Yep.
And microing. I know Leary likes to do that. Hera probably likes to do that, but Doubt, I don't know if Doubt's into that kind of quick split formations and micro.
Yeah, not really. But what is this? What is this? Is this a pike patrol here from Kotyan? I haven't seen that in a long time. Look at the micro. I'm getting Leary vibes now. I'm getting Aftermath vibes for sure.
There's a lot of art. Yeah, me too.
All right. I mean, it's 80 villagers for 67. Oh, wow. Beautiful micro from both players. Oh!
Oh, man.
It's tough to call these, man. You feel stress as a caster, too.
Yeah, Red's just... Oh, no. Red looked like he looked away for a second, took a hit.
And now a castle in the center for Kotyan.
That is huge. I think Kotyan's got this.
Yeah,
I mean...
Well, look at the power of Viking Eco. 700 food with 19 farmers for Sheriff. And he could click Imp before Kotyan does. But the reality is Kotyan has so much more going for him with map control. And having that castle is going to really... It's going to disrupt any attempt Sheriff makes of countering.
Yeah, plus... I see Sheriff is mining stone. I think he's thinking, I will probably need a castle. Or I'll probably need trebs at some point. Maybe he's... I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking. Like, if he's thinking he's going to go eagles or plumes. But he will see this castle in the middle soon.
Wow, look at the imp times. 3451 is when... 3451 is when we'll see Kotyan Khan in the Imperial Age. And 3450 is when we will see Sheriff in the Imperial Age. There is a 15 villager difference, but that is pretty insane.
Yeah. This one night, we're seeing the stable come into play in Blue's town.
Worth it.
Or, no, it is.
Whoa!
Like he was building.
Whoa! The quick wall! The quick wall! Viper confirmed! Is this Viper Slam?
I don't know.
Hard to say, but there's...
It's hard to say, but...
That makes me think of 3 players. That makes me think Viper. That makes me... first off, Viper, because that was a pretty impressive one. Or Hera or Leary. I think we're talking about those 3. And if that's the case, we're talking about favorites to win the entire event.
Yeah, and, you know, Kotya brought home his full archer army. I'm not too sure what he's thinking. Is it like...
That's true.
Was it for that one night?
That's true.
I don't think so. Maybe he was thinking the archer army was coming around.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, castle on the hill for Sheriff. That's huge because he'll actually be in a great position to start a Treb war. But Kotyan is going to make an Eagle switch. Now, I love Vikings against Mesosivs because, yes, the Eagle switch is an option for Mesosivs, but then Vikings have the Berserks to counter the Eagles. So it's actually, Vikings have, I would say, better economy, and they have a really strong transition against the Eagles.
Yeah, and this is the early imp is really nice for Vikings. And you know what? I think if blue went plumes, it would have been a very big mistake.
Yeah.
Vikings can keep building units out of ranges, whereas Mayans needs to build trebs, and that takes up time where they can't build plumes.
You know, for most of the game, we were talking about how Kotyan was the one dictating the pace of the game, but it's 129 pop for Kotyan, 125 for Sheriff. They're both an imp. And this... Now, I'm still curious how Kotyan is going to raid with the Eagles, or if he's going to raid at all, because there's gaping hole in the walls for Sheriff, but this is really close.
I like this. This match is getting good.
Yeah.
Like, the way Red put his castle just on the left there, very smart.
Yeah.
Just to take one hill, kind of in the middle of the map. You know, some players would make the mistake of building the castle closer to home.
The Eagles are not elite yet for Kotyan, by the way. They're not elite. He's getting El Dorado, though. Oh, no, they are elite, and he's getting El Dorado, and he knows to go immediately for Sheriff's economy because Sheriff has the Arbalest on the left. Oh, this could be so devastating.
Yeah. Eagle raid, ugh. Very irritating.
On the bright
Look
side...
at this Maginot shot, though, on the left. Oh, could he do it? No.
That was close. Yeah.
Hopeful.
But on the bright side, Slam, a lot of Sheriff's economy has kind of been pushed out of that area. But the way Kotyan is splitting up his Eagles, that's half a dozen villagers down. He could kill more here, and we still have not seen any Berserks. Look at the gates! I know you're gonna love this. Look at the stone gates from Sheriff.
Oh, yes! That's what I'm talking about.
Slam patented that before you could rotate the gates with the scroll wheel. That's like Slam would place the palisades the old-fashioned way. Now it's too easy.
Yeah. These are tanky Eagles, man. El Dorado?
Yeah.
I think you already mentioned that, yeah.
That's
so
tough.
these will be alive for years.
Oh, but hold on. A gate to save the Trebs, which Sheriff really needs to do. That was a quick reaction time. But I'm not seeing how Sheriff can deal with the amount of Eagles. Kotyan has hit multiple town centers. 3 or 4 town centers with the Eagles, and he didn't even lose many. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Lost his castle, though.
How do you, like... The only thing I can think of is Vikings, and it's easier said than done, but just to have a stone wall, because, like...
Yeah.
This Eagle raid is just so annoying, especially when you're Arbs. Arbs take a while to, you know, run around the map.
So slow.
Throw out Eagles.
Yeah.
And even if you have champs, like, yeah, they're gonna do well, but they're still running around, and you still have to react the whole game.
Yeah, look how Kotyan is also scouting with additional Eagles for other gold piles. He's just playing extremely safe in late game while also pretty clearly winning at the moment. I am really impressed with how he's done that. Now, Sheriff does have that extra stone. He's not really mining it, but he has access to that. But Berserks are pretty expensive, so I think what he struggled with. He was even with the Mayan player, and it was easier for the Mayan player to go for something like Eagles. And oh no, this could be a Doubt Castle on the right side.
It is, for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if we see blue adding... I think Siege Rams for blue would probably finish this off.
Yeah, Doubt confirmed. Doubt Castles per 100 matches. What? What is this stat? Viper's at #1 with 6.6 Doubt Castles per 100 matches.
Doubt's not even on it? Wait, where is he?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's not. That's fascinating. Okay, well, we have Viper with the most. This is based on 6,000 games. Hera with 4.4, Leary with 1.3, and Velez with 0. I love that stat. Velez never builds an unsafe castle.
Fake news, someone mentioned. Fake news.
Well, keep in mind that a lot of these stats were taken from non-DE, right?
Okay.
So,
I
these
see.
are from back before November, but still, Slam, it's 180 pop versus 100 right now. It does not feel like Sheriff has any chance.
Sheriff of Nottingham is turning to Sheriff of Nottingham.
Oh my god. The way you said that was so deadpanned. It's just like whoa! Why does Sheriff have a trade cart? What? Hold on.
Where?
Trade carts
No
per match.
way.
Let's get the stat up. Trade carts per match. There's a trade cart in Kotyan's base. He's like, have mercy on me. I will trade with you. Ally me, my friend.
Oh man.
The guy looks so dejected too, because they won't trade with him. Look how sad he looks.
I actually, I know I'm responding to this, but I actually can't find it yet.
It's in Kotyan's base, man.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's in Kotyan's base. I like how Slam, normal co-caster, it just acts like they know what they're talking about and acts like they've seen it. Slam's like, yeah, I can't see it. That's great. It actually looked like Kotyan bailed on attacking it.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Slam is T90 blind. But, man, what a game from Kotyan. I mean, we question the Vikings choice because Mayans is pretty common, and it's a safe play, and Vikings just didn't pay off.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those scenarios where you hope you can just fight the Mayans in like one area. If you're not walled, you're kind of screwed with that Eagle raid. It's just unfortunate because I think Redwood has still kind of been in it if, everything was channeled in one area, but that's not really typical when you're up against Eagles.
I think Vikings, what's interesting? Now, it still would have been tough, but I think that the way to play it out with Vikings is play safe castles so you can protect your eco. So start castling like hills at home. Once you get 2 to 3 castles, the Eagles can't raid you. Then you probably have maybe 130, 140 vills and can go Elite, Berserk, and Arb. And then maybe then. Whereas Mayans might need to finish that off in early Imperial. Hard to say.
And I will say also earlier in the game, I do feel like the Vikings was like Blue had the map control, got the center. I still like Blue's castle much more than Red's.
Yeah.
But obviously Red had to make do. And having that right in the center, it's such a pivotal point because you can just, send out. I think if Vikings had that map control, maybe it would have changed a little bit more, but he was behind.
Well, we saw a few things there. Also, Sheriff of Nottingham, I think, was a bit very unfortunate with that wood generation. But many people were thinking Hera, many people were thinking Leary and Viper. I think Attell could be some more games, Slam. So we'll hop into game number 2 when you're ready.
Yeah, I am ready.
Okay, let's hop into game 2. Now, you and I actually played on this. I forgot about that until now.
Oh, yes. This map, yeah.
Yeah, so you and I played on this before the qualifier. You beat me. I went scouts into crossbows, and then you went scouts into crossbows into cav archers. Both players have gone Indians.
And yeah, that's for the good old shorefish on the sides of the map
bonus, here. So one thing we changed, I don't know how up to date you are, but for the main event, we made it so the shorefish and deer side is flip-flopped, so you have to scout it because it's always random. So we have, this is the generation you were used to, but sometimes the shorefish are on the same side or the deer switched around, so players have to scout where the resources are located.
Nice, keeping the players on their toes here. It's good.
Cool.
And I have seen a player in the past send a Vil forward and try to palisade the shorefish.
Yeah, I think it was Stark.
Oh, was it? Okay, yeah. And I don't know. I don't know. I've never actually, done that myself, but I could see that being pretty good, especially if the other civ's Indians.
It's a bit riskier here, right? Because if you send a Vil forward and you arrive at the deer side because you haven't scouted it, could be tough. I see right now, Sheriff, he sees that there's deer on this side, so he's probably going to choose the other side because of the Indian shorefish bonus. And interestingly, both players are going for lumber camp before mill. I think when I played you, I went for mill before lumber camp, but most players go for the lumber camp first.
I think, again, that probably would have been easier too with the fixed shorefish position.
True.
Because, I'm not sure if it's a good idea to send Vil straight to shorefish, like right off the bat.
Yeah.
But I do remember doing it, yeah, before the lumber.
Okay. Well, this map always poses a question of where do you choose to pressure? Most of the gold and the stones are in the center, and it's very hard to lock down that area. But then if you commit fully to the center and then you don't secure more wood lines, that wood on the hill or on the slopes can be. That's how you can win games. I guess is my point.
Yeah,
I love this map.
Yeah, me as well. And I think it's probably, you know, you can assume that both these guys are going to go scouts. I think that's usually the meta, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right, so both going out to Shorefish. This has been the most aggressive map within Hidden Cup 3 qualifiers and Hidden Cup 3 main event. We just see so much. You can see Feudal Age all-ins. You can see camels, crossbows, cav archers. I'm just curious how safe the players are going to play. Will they go for heavy walling, or will they go for all-in aggression?
Yeah, I do see that blue does have a bit. His gold is a little bit more forward.
Yeah.
Red's a little bit more off to the side. I don't think that would be a huge factor, but yeah, I do see what you're saying. Most of the golds are more centralized towards the center. I do like how Red's is a little bit more off to the side, though.
Yeah, I think the concern with that is if you're gonna wall, you'd have to wall pretty close to the, I guess the hill? You can't really wall to a wood line, but I agree. Kotyan Khan's map is so much worse. You can wall in between the wood lines for the gold, but there's also stone in that area too, so he's gonna have to put his foot on the gas and be aggressive.
And technically, you can't get a full wall on this map, you know, like
exactly.
Just of the, so that can make things very frustrating later, especially if you like the wall.
So we haven't seen a lot yet, but are you getting any vibes for the players? Like any player you might think it is for either one?
You know, I don't know. As far as I know, blue had some very clean play last game. Sometimes being it's easier to have a nice clean play with Mayans and a nice map. So I still need to see more.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you. I think
it's too early for me.
Kotyan Khan, it was just that one thing with the villager, that extra bit of flair, which was interesting. But I think Sheriff had the worst map, and he went for a risky civ pick. So here you have a mirror matchup. This might really show us the difference between the two players. Both on the way to Feudal, and they're both going on the same amount of villagers. It's just that Kotyan Khan is 1 second faster.
Yeah, and Khan has one extra villager on
the Shorefish.
Shorefish.
Yeah.
I can't say if that's a game changer, but
it's something.
It's something. It may mean something.
Slam's learning the way of the caster to talk about things like we're just buying time right now until Feudal Age. We have to talk about other things. So yeah.
I noticed there's a bird flying east right over the Shorefish.
Yeah, that's Dave's job. We can't talk about birds.
Is it actually? Oh,
yeah, you can talk about other things, but if you bring up birds, Dave gets really upset. So.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll leave that to him. That's his territory.
Okay, cool.
Barracks. We see a barracks from red. But look at blue. Blue's putting a barracks right on a Shorefish. Interesting.
Ah, okay, so MBL... he told the whole world all of his strategies, and it's hilarious because now I reference it every time I see it. He said that what he would do when he was casting the qualifier with me is he would build his barracks and his stable in front of the Shorefish. Now, we've seen a lot of players do it, but I guess the idea is just to keep that area locked down.
Like you said, well, we've seen a lot of players do it.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, gotcha. So therefore, blue still may not be MBL.
Yeah, but we have to say it. MBL confirmed. Look at the scout micro. That was hilarious. Yeah, both players. Sheriff should send a Vil. Send the Vil. Oh no, he's got it. Never mind. What?
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. Strange world.
What?
I don't know. Life goes on.
I thought Sheriff had more HP.
I know.
I mean, this is Viper confirmed if you won that. Like, what type of hacks was that? Holy crap.
Yeah, there's definitely some hacks going on.
Yeah.
But
did he share that drive with you yet? I heard he shared it with his teammates.
No, the price, never mind. It's too much.
Too expensive, yeah. Well, here's an interesting stat. Fought and won initial scout war. Max is number 1 on that. Viper's number 4. Leary's number 14. And Tato's number 16. So, Max confirmed, wow. I guess, based on that. Their scouts are out, and then spears are out as well.
Nice walls by Red. I'm liking it. He's just Yeah, he's channeling it. So the only way he can come in is to the north.
Yeah, and it's weird because they're both on the right side, but the right side's for the most part pretty protected right now. With the exception of this one area for Sheriff where he has a spear, but some players like to push out like Sheriff, and they go out super early slam, and you might be one of those, but I feel like the play is probably just wait till you're secured before you send units out.
It's off and on for me. Sometimes I send them out right away. Lately, though, I've been a bit more paranoid. I like to get a full wall up first.
Okay.
And then send out the scouts.
Yeah, well, here come the scouts, right? I mean, you have the spear, but these are high-level players, and they'll just run away from the spear. And now, Sheriff, you've created so much trouble for yourself because the scouts are in your base. You have to click a whole bunch more in quick wall. It's just a pain.
It is. It's very annoying when there's scout. Like, oh, look at the micro from blue.
Ooh. Ooh.
Chasing off or leading off a spear with a scout.
I'm kind of getting Hera vibes.
Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of micro.
Yeah.
Especially with archers.
All right, well, the scouts for Sheriff are going to the left, and Kotyan hasn't walled. Let's see how much of a nerd he is with the quick walls.
Nerd.
Nice house. Another house. Okay, now I'm getting Viper vibes because he didn't wall it until it was like a second away. Yeah, that's a Viper thing. But who even knows, man? A Sheriff. That was actually an awful fight. He didn't even kill a spearman.
That wasn't good. I think that sometimes you just get caught up into a trap where you think, oh, there's just one spear here, so you're gonna fight it, and then another spear comes, and then the scouts come, and then you realize, okay, this was a bad move.
All right, Sheriff. I would say Sheriff, based on what we've seen in Feudal Age, he doesn't seem to be as fast of a player, but he's really safe and solid. Would you agree on that?
It's looking that way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, kind of player that suits.
Like, I feel like, now there's a lot of players who play solid, but let's say Sheriff wins this against someone with the APM of Kotyan, maybe you're talking Mr. Yo. Like, someone like Mr. Yo is, I wouldn't say he's the fastest player, but he always tends to make really wise decisions, and we're seeing that right now.
That's true. I didn't realize this whole time that, Red had taken some sheep from Blue. So Blue actually was down 2 sheep.
Yeah, I don't even know when that was. I guess Blue didn't really care.
Does Red even know he took the sheep? Because I think he maybe send them off to the side of the map.
Maybe you put them up against the wood line or on the deer, so if you lose them, then you're aware that there's something out there. Oh, wait! What?
Oh, they heard.
What is this stream cheater?
Oh, look how many scouts. It would be a very big mistake for Blue to get bloodlines. Not saying he will, but I'm just saying this is the point where you have a lot of scouts and your brain's going, oh, let's just get bloodlines. I have so many scouts. But then you run into full walls and you go, okay, I shouldn't have got bloodlines.
It sounds like you're speaking from experience there.
Oh, yeah.
Slam's like, oh, I have so many scouts, let's do damage, and then you run into walls. Yeah. Well, we mentioned the game we played on this, which went to late imp, and one player went for crossbows, and the other player went for cav archers, and you ran all over me with your cav archers. Will we see a switch? I see Kotyan making some archers.
Yeah, Red. Yeah, I do see that.
Oh, Red going
I see
CA.
Red looks like he's going straight into CA.
Okay, so you're Sheriff and I'm Kotyan. I'll take it.
Dude, actually, that was the position from when we played too.
Yeah, this is pretty much exactly what happened, I think. Except I remember you had a hole in your wall near a house, and I sniped 2 villagers. And I was like, yeah, I got a lead on Slam. And then like I started sinking lower and lower into my chair as the game went on. Because I like went from feeling really good. And then we got to Castle Age and we're booming at a similar level. And then you started micro-nerding all around and I could feel it slipping. So thanks for that, Slam.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Good times.
But I don't know which is better here. I think it's almost a mistake to go archers at the time Blue is doing it because he's going to have so few by the time he arrives in Castle Age.
That is true. He doesn't have very many.
Yeah.
And I will know that going into CA, there's a little bit of a window where you're a bit vulnerable because if someone comes forward with 10 archers or 15, and you're just pumping out your first 3 CA, it's a little risky. But, this is going to work out for Red because as you mentioned, Blue doesn't have very many archers. So I think he can get he can mass those CA up in time to win.
Yeah, I'm with you. He'll probably have about 6 at the lowest, assuming he's producing. Yep, second TC, and he's making some of those Cav Archers now. And I also like how Blue, he won't know that that's the choice. So he might see Bloodlines. Like right now, he sees Bloodlines on the Scouts from Sheriff, and he thinks, oh, he's going to go Camels. But Bloodlines applies to the Scouts and also the Cav Archer HP. So I think this could surprise Kotyan big time.
Yeah. And I am curious if... Oh, he's building a TC, Sheriff.
Yeah.
I was kind of curious, oh, is he going to build a university and put pressure on with CA right away?
You know, more often than not, again, it's just players choose the economic route, whereas 4 years ago, players would get ballistics. And I think when you're going Cav Archers, they're already so expensive that it's probably a even bigger hit to your economy if you try and go for ballistics on top of that. Yeah,
that is true. That would set you behind.
I think
but right now
he's gonna hide the fact he's going Cav Archers or try to.
Oh no, Red! What? Oh, I thought Blue was gonna go in.
Well, yeah, it looks like he had housewalled behind expecting it. And I think Blue's Scouts just caught a glimpse of the Cav Archers, and he knows how bad his gold is. So Blue might need to come back to deal with this right now.
Yeah.
Oh my... Oh, that was some really bad micro. Oh my goodness, those Cav Archers. That was...
Oh, you may get stuck in there. Oh, there's an escape hole.
All right.
Blue's doing a TC on the edge. I like that. Again, you know, adds to that clean play. You get a nice clean TC on wood.
Dude, Slam, this... What's funny is I actually casted the game that we played on Slopes, and it's on my YouTube channel, but it's private because I didn't... I had other things I wanted to upload.
Oh, wait, like our game?
Our game. Like, I casted it.
Oh, man.
Like, 40-minute video, and then I decided, nah, that wasn't... I want to do some other things. But it's so mind-blowing to me how similar this is. Because you went Cav Archer, and your first TC was in this... Your first additional TC was in the center. And I went Crossbow, and my first additional TC was on the wood line. So it's
really?
Yeah, it's...
Like the outside wood line.
The outside wood line. It's so similar. I'm freaking out right now, man.
Is this our game? Did we... Oh, no, sorry.
We just changed the names, right? You would have microed those Cav Archers a bit better.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well...
Red is going to take a hit on gold.
Ooh, it's true. Well, I mean... Then you also have Kotyan having to deal with a lot of Cav Archers, so both players are a bit vulnerable now. I like how Sheriff is securing the wood line on the right as well.
Yeah, Khan's being super conservative with his crossbows. There's been a few moments where at the front, like being outside of Red's town, that I thought maybe he'd push in a little more and get some Vil kills. Like right now, could have got a few, but maybe he knows he's gonna get trapped like right now.
Yeah, I think he sensed the Cav Archers left his base. Oh, the splits from Sheriff. He just wants to get in close with the higher HP Cav Archers, and he does. And I think he'll get a cleanup.
Yeah, those splits in and out.
Ooh, bit of micro there from Sheriff. Ooh,
Hera's doing well.
Yeah, Hera's doing real well. Maybe Sheriff is Hera. Who knows? That was cool.
Ah, man, right when you think you're getting onto something, then all of a sudden a player does the exact same move. Just throws you off.
Yeah, I still... I'm getting Yo vibes from Sheriff of Nottingham. He's playing super clean, super safe, a lot of eco, and this is an interesting fight, right? Because Blue does have the hill, but there's a lot of
that little hill. Blue did so well there.
Oh God, Slam, that was so bad.
I know what Red was thinking. He was wanting to shove his CA right underneath crossbows and just clean up. But that little hill did wonders for Blue.
Yeah, it's like that hill was made for the crossbows, and now Blue has ballistics. So if he patrols these crossbows in, the CA are not in a high enough number where they can take any fights. So it's actually a concern that Red could lose all of his Cav Archers. He really needs to dip and dodge and micro to keep these alive.
And going into this, seeing the CA build from Red, I at this point I thought Red would have a very big, Red would be the one winning. Yeah. And winning the military war, but apparently not.
Yeah, I think he does have the eco lead, so 72 villagers versus 63, but that can easily change if he loses these. Oh man, Kotyan has him trapped. Oh, that is so good for Kotyan. So many cav archers go down.
Oh man. And another quick wall.
Oh, the quick walls! That was beautiful. And is that a gate? That's a gate as well, and he can only wall so far. Oh man, this guy, whoever Kotyan Khan is, it is a nerd. And that was very good few moments for him.
Nerd confirmed.
Yep. Which nerd, though? That's the question. And now Sheriff
true, there's many.
has Elite Skirm. And so if he goes CA Elite Skirm and just patrols the skirms this way, it might not be a great situation for Kotyan.
Yeah, true. I actually just saw these skirms now.
Look how fast Kotyan is with his crossbows. I'm thinking... I don't think Viper would be as active with his army. I'm thinking Hera or
like
Leary.
a doubt vibe or something?
I'm not getting a doubt vibe from Kotyan. You're like just saying, doubt's out there. I'm getting a doubt vibe from Kotyan at the moment. Oh, I think I just closed the stat. Whoever tried to bring the stat up. But look at the booming of Sheriff, man. Sheriff is going to click up to the Imperial Age here any moment. It looks like he wants to castle the right, and you also have to consider that having crossbow with Indians isn't the greatest long term. So,
and look at this. He's got 520 stone. He's got a bunch. Oh, never mind. No, I thought Red was going to go forward with the castle. He tricked me.
I think
he's got a bunch. Yeah.
I think the play is probably to castle in front of that eventually. Is Blue going all in? Blue is getting +2 armor for the camels. And he wants to go full camel crossbow, but
right now,
right now,
busy.
No, it could actually work.
It could work. If it doesn't, though, oh man, like that.
Yeah.
The extra attack on the CA, that's going to do work later.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Red is going to build a castle soon.
I think Red will build it now, but Blue has a lot of camels out. I mean, this could be a doubt castle. But that said,
skirm engagement,
huge.
That.
Whew.
Yeah, that is such an interesting move, switching over to camels and delaying Imp.
I feel like that's bad game sense. Like, obviously, you're going to want camels long-term as Indians. I think actually we're going to see a switch for that with Sheriff.
I think Red just needs to hide behind TCs now, hide his armies, build his armies up, not engage in any of this. Yeah,
I mean, fight with his skirms because they're dead anyways. Look at the micro from Blue. You won't see a lot of players do that because they'd see it as unnecessary. But yeah, just hide underneath the castle. Now Kotyan's going to think, well, where do I pressure? I invested so many upgrades, hundreds of food and gold into camels, but I'm not an imp.
He could go for Red's main gold. It's looking kind of vulnerable in that area. It's just a palisade guarding it.
Yeah, I mean, he could break through that stable. He could break through the barracks. Red might be an imp, but he doesn't have the army to really fight this. I like how Blue took a lot of map control, but the imp time could be a concerning thing.
Yeah, it takes some guts to double down in Castle Age with camels. I'm trying to think what was going through his head. Like, maybe he thought he could push where Red's castle is.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought he'd be able to get more of a forward presence, but Red's just too well defended now.
Yeah, well, I think still the army for Blue can take engagements. I just want to double check. Still has not clicked up to the Imperial Age, Blue.
Oh, that's... Yeah.
He can fight this, but he took some losses, and Sheriff of Nottingham just needs to be patient now. Just go full heavy camel and just be patient. Losing these numbers actually is kind of a bad thing, so we'll try and run away. As there's gates from Kotyan. Again, this style points from this nerd, whoever it is.
Red, what's he doing? Oh, he is getting heavy. Okay, he's getting heavy camel now.
Yeah, man. I mean, he was about to complete heavy camel and has the same amount of armor upgrades. This is... Kotyan didn't do enough with that extra investment. And, oh, there's so many villagers here exposed. Oh, what is Kotyan going to do right now?
Oh, the camel's got in the way or something.
Oh, man. Oh, that's so bad. Yeah, I mean, it's great for Sheriff. It's not for Kotyan. Also, Sheriff is on this stone.
Oh, disaster. That one, oh, man. Yeah.
That's tilting, man. That's tilting. Because one villager ruined it, standing over top of a house. We have tons of house walls. Again, whoever Kotyan is, he's a beast of a player with the quick walls. but the decision-making was not there in mid-Castle Age, and he's paying the price right now. And he's also getting raided on the right. The TC's getting trebbed. Sheriff of Nottingham is looking really good right now.
And the Vil count has changed. Blue was actually ahead.
Yeah, he's not anymore.
It's switching. Oh, no. Yeah, no, never mind. It's not switching.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad that Sheriff didn't have plate barding there. He's about to do it. Oh, look at these farms, but he will have plate barding. He already has heavy camel completed, and Blue just put himself so much further behind with the upgrades.
I'm just scratching my head here. I'm trying to figure out what was going through his mind when he was adding camels in Castle Age.
Yep. Well, he still will have, let's see, he has 21 camels now. Red has only like 12. So you have to consider that if Blue gets upgrades, and he's about to have similar upgrades, he could actually take this fight and stabilize. Red really needs to put his foot on the gas with production of camels. And also, I think one thing that Red's not doing right now, because he's pressuring on the right, is he's not stabilizing in the center. And so if there's any point where Kotyan, could be interesting engagement, but if there's any point where Kotyan could just place a castle in the middle, and he has been on stone, that could really hurt the gold income for Sheriff.
Yeah, looks like Red's actually placing one now too, kind of in the middle.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I think he needs to lock that down, and then he can focus fully on the fights. This is going to be interesting. The crossbows don't help much, but it's something.
So it's like Blue kind of has a military edge, but now Red kind of has an eco edge. So.
Oh, and Blue's fighting before heavy camel. Why? I guess he wanted the Treb. He probably really badly wanted to take out the Treb.
Oh man, still fighting. Hasn't upgraded yet, has it? Yeah, no.
Yeah, there it is. And it's so close. 23 to 24. Attack upgrade though, iron casting for Sheriff, and Sheriff will take the fight. The crossbows help a little bit, but Red, if he gets the production, I think the attack upgrade will do it. That's so close, Slam! That's such a close fight. Oh my god, could not have been closer. Look at the KD, it's 90 to 90.
You know, either way, if this ends up even in a fight, Red's got the
advantage right now.
Just simply due to he'll be able to reproduce a lot better than Blue right now.
Yeah, and he still has that attack upgrade, which is big, but he does lose the Treb. I think it hurts Kotyan that he lost both town centers on the right, though, because those vills are always going to be so exposed.
Yeah.
I like... sorry to interrupt here. I like how Blue earlier left these scouts on patrol on the left, and now Sheriff is going to lose vills because he wanted to TC
so much work over there. There was a monk that came... I wonder if there's 2 monks that went over there.
Really?
I think just one. I don't know, I just see two dead bodies. Yeah. 2 little red corpse.
Well, Hanscart has been in for a while for Kotyan. The Sheriff is just now getting that. And, man, this game is actually quite close. It's 162 population for Sheriff and 152 for Kotyan. And I have to say I'm impressed at his ability to hold after the failed Castle Age push. But Imperial Camel for Sheriff. Oh, boy. That is going to hurt.
Absolutely huge. Blue is expanding to the left, which is good to see for him.
Yeah. Golds, relics. He could get quite a few relics. I think there's one there, and there's another one closer to Sheriff if he goes for it. I like Sheriff engaging because both players stopped fighting with their main armies, and the best way that Sheriff can keep Kotyan from raiding him is to say, hey, I'm over here, come fight me. And there's also so many vills here anyways.
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah.
He's going to be cleaning up here big time. But I just get this feeling where I feel like Red is producing so much more camels right now.
Yeah, and he's going to have imp camel too.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's why, probably sacrificed a little bit of production for getting that imp.
Yeah, this would not be the time to fight. You do not want to fight before imp camel, Sheriff. I expected him to fight there, and then, oh my god, they're going to get trapped. They're going to get trapped. The market!
Glorious.
The market! Oh, that's beautiful. I mean, Red's camels aren't even fighting.
They're in shock.
Oh, that's so bad, man. That's so bad. At Blue, if he sees the imp camel, he should know that he needs to fast track that upgrade as well. Look, they're so confused. Here comes some more, though. Huge military difference, but huge upgrade difference at the same time.
Maybe he's trying to save some of those camels, for bringing in this army.
Wow, this is a lot of production from red. What's more important here, numbers or upgrades? We're gonna see.
Yeah, I would love to see a test of, 40 imp camels versus 40 heavy camels, because I actually don't know the significance between the two.
Imp camels shred. They have higher base attack,
yeah,
and they have higher HP. I think that this could be... Why aren't you fighting that, red? Fight it! He's got a 14, man. He got his upgrades 14.
Yeah. Is blue going for imp camels right now?
Yeah, his upgrades at 70%, man. So Kotyan's holding on. If Kotyan loses this, Sheriff certainly had to earn it. Let's put it that way. But it could go either way still. 3 relics to 1. Kotyan has 3. And there's the fight right before blue gets imp camel.
Huge Vil count for red.
Yeah, 148. I guess that's how you afford imp camel that early.
True.
And
blue,
poof.
I'm just going to say one of blue's golds is no longer being mined, which is very good for red.
Yeah, and the center, I noticed that. Okay, imp camel's in for both players. And more quick walls from Kotyan. Again, he seems to have the quick fingers, and it's 40 military for both Slam. This is incredible what we're seeing right now.
Neck to neck.
What a close game. These are two
Derek's
beastly players.
Good call. I mean, he's going to be switching into pikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, helps.
Yeah, I think Halb Camel's probably the play, and Kotyan, he's been reacting for the last 10 minutes, and there's not a great way to react to that, except do the same thing.
I know the score is suggesting, red, it's still very close in score, but just seeing that red switching into pikes, he's got blue off of one of his golds.
Yep.
He's got the middle presence. It's looking very much like red's game.
Yeah, Halberdier's already on the way. These two players here... Okay, look at this. Thanks, DE! The camel's caught in the house, man! That's somebody's life. That's someone's house in there. I know you're supposed to quarantine, but seriously, man, it's all right. It's all right. They said stay away from groups of 100. You only have 40 camels here. He's trying to fight his way out too.
He's mad. That camel's mad.
He's pissed off. I've never seen anything like that. Oh man. Well, it's not a bug. It's a feature. And come on, Sheriff. You've got to push now. You have the halbs. Oh, is he gonna free the camel?
Yeah, he built the ramp specifically for that.
This guy cares about his people. He's gonna free...
Oh, he is too. Do you think the Sheriff consciously thought of that too?
Dude, he's watching. I know, whoever it is watching. I know there's a lot of
units do what they want type of mentality, whatever.
Yeah.
But maybe he thought, that camel needs to get out.
Dude, I guarantee you, whoever he is watching this, and he's watching the crowd's reaction. He's probably dying. But he can't say, like, that's me,
Yeah.
I mean, there are a few players. If it is Mr. Yo, I doubt Mr. Yo is watching. And I might feel like pro players care more than they really do. They probably care more about the result than anything. But Sheriff, he might not have 3 relics. He only has 2, but it's actually 2-2 in total now. Another thanks to E moment with the camels freezing, but he has all the momentum, Slam. All the momentum. Yeah. Sick play.
And blue, I mean, they're both very low in gold, but I still think that red has more opportunity to get more gold.
Yeah. He also is getting chemistry, so eventually he'll add in hand cannons. But I think it is currently a bit of a worry for Sheriff that he does not have any more halbs in front of his camels. So he's just got to pull back here. Yeah, pull back and get halbs in front.
Blue's monastery is not in a very safe place. So if red starts to push more here, blue will lose those relics.
Yeah, and I like the production buildings on the right. Sheriff says, okay, I've taken you off the gold, but I'm also going to continue to raid on that side and not forget about it. We are looking at potentially 2 top 5 players right here. This game is incredibly strong from both.
Yeah. Red is placing a castle on that gold up north.
Yeah.
Oh. He's locking gold there.
It's an awkward fight for red. He's trying to take that castle out. He is getting the unique tech for the hand cannons. Sorry, Slam. So the hand cannons will have some range.
Yeah. Blue, though, is actually being able to defend pretty well here because he had way more helps than Red at the start of this fight.
Yep. Indeed. It's been an awkward fight this entire time for Sheriff. I'm just waiting for hand cannons to arrive. But I love the castle on the right side. I love how he's also been raiding a few times with camels. I'd like to see him build a few stables on the right and just stream light cav into the farming eco.
Yeah. So back in the day, a couple years ago when I used to 1v1 Yo a lot more, there was some Mayan wars I had with him. And now this map does kind of push players out to the side anyways. But one feature that characteristic of Yo, he was very good at is he never really fought too much like directly in Mayan wars. He always fought all over the place.
Yeah.
So that's just something to keep in mind too if we are suspecting Mr. Yo.
Yeah, I think Yo is probably one of the best post-imp players. And if you remember, Game 1 did not go to post-imp. It got to imp and then Sheriff died. So I can see that. And I think this ball now is going to be so difficult, almost impossible for Kotyan to fight. Halberdiers and not Woad Raiders, what am I talking about? Hand cannons. It has all the potential to finish off the game. And also the raids with camels in the back now. Kotyan's falling apart.
It's so cool to see that transition though, how, you know, it's all camel, you know, focus, and now it's changing over to halbs and HC.
Yeah, and you just can't... Camels themselves aren't very good against hand cannons. But with halb and hand cannon, you can't... I guess the only thing you could do is maybe go skirm. But then Sheriff has all the gold to make camels. Look at the gold. He could research Imperial camel again if he wanted to.
Oh, man. I think what's kind of keeping Blue in over here is just having that castle up on the hill.
Yeah.
It's just so annoying trying to take a castle down that's up on a hill.
Yeah, but he's not winning anywhere else, right? I think if Sheriff snags this relic, he'll have 3-2 then, and also has some buildings to the south of this castle on the hill, which is huge. Elite skirm and chemistry now on the way for Kotyan. If Kotyan holds from this position slam, it would be one hell of a comeback. I'm seeing way too much red on the field at the moment.
Yeah, look at North. There's so many camels.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's also... This is such a good player. Well, if he reacts... Oh, God!
Oh, I looked away, so I actually don't know what happened.
Alright, I won't tell you. Let's just say it wasn't good.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah, now you know. But he did send hand cannons over there. Like he thought about it and knew that there were halbs waiting, but he just, you know, he's focusing on the 20 other things he's doing at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, now the blue has skirmisher here. Yeah, this hill is incredible. Now Sheriff needs to add a hussar or camel to this main ball to deal with the skirms. Blue is almost out of stone. This is... I thought he was going to die a long time ago. This is an incredible hold.
Is he mining stone anywhere? No, but there's still so much stone in the middle. Like,
yeah, I can't take
actual stone piles.
Slam, remember, I said that you played this like Sheriff did, and Sheriff focused more on the gold and the stone, and Kotyan focused more on the wood, and then he lost the wood, and he didn't have enough securing this area. Yeah, this could be... I think if Red just has a hard patrol in with these camels that are sitting back here, which he's not doing, I think that castle will drop. And with that, Blue is not expanding at all.
He needs to get that castle, because like if this holds on, it'd be very annoying for Red.
Yeah, he's buying stone at this point. Kotyan is buying stone. He's desperate. And there's relics there too. And he has so little golds.
Red is now taking Blue's gold, kind of up north-ish.
Yeah, there's a lot of areas that Red has been in. How is that castle still up? This is ridiculous. Oh, man. I think this is the fight, though. There's enough camels there. I think that's where this... He's still buying stone. But if there's camels in Lightkev, I don't see that castle. I mean, I've said this 20 times, but I don't see that castle staying up much longer.
Yeah, and you know, I'm surprised. I thought maybe I would see maybe some BBCs from
Blue.
Sheriff. Yeah, or Blue, either. Oh, yeah, Blue, yeah, because on the hill, he could take out those trebs easily.
Yeah. I guess he's spent 1,000 gold buying stone, so that's the problem.
We'll cut him a break here.
Yeah, I mean, this is nice from Red. This little raid will damage the economy for Kotyan even further, and also give him a position. Are you kidding me? No way! Kotyan is still holding. The guy won't die, Slam.
I'm telling you, man. If I was in red spot right now,
you'd be.
It would be very frustrating.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how tilted would you be?
10, for sure. 10 all the way, baby.
Yeah.
It's like, you're ahead.
Yeah.
You also know that he's wholly on because of this hill.
Yep.
Because of the landscape.
Just literally the hill, the landscape.
No, not because of
not because of anything except the landscape. That's funny.
It's the landscape is making me lose.
This is why we play Arabia. The hills are not this large. Well, I think he has the right idea of just switching position. Blue. The reason I'm thinking blue is Hera more and more is because Hera is so good at relocating farm eco, and he has so many farms. Like look how many farms he lost on the right. He lost 30 farms on the right, and somehow he ended up with his food eco. So,
wait, red did? Blue.
Kotyan did, yeah.
Yeah.
And now you have late game stone walls from Sheriff, which again is giving me Yo vibes. But maybe forget about the hill and just take out the stables and pressure another area. Like Kotyan Khan is not dying. This is ridiculous.
Just as you said, pressure another area, and that is what he's doing. Like he's saying, forget this hill. I'm sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
Going straight for this area here.
Camels have not lived the safest lives in this game, but he still has enough of them, Red. And he still has the momentum, and this will help. You now will see Kotyan shift to deal with this, and it might give blue, red some potential to go elsewhere. I see there is a bombard cannon for Kotyan on the left side, attacking that castle.
Nice.
And now Sheriff is going to mass stables and barracks to pressure that. This is incredible.
Yeah. 3 relics for Sheriff, and he's still getting that gold on north right.
Yeah.
It's allowing him to, keep adding in camels.
Yeah. And the overlay I'm using says how much is on gold. Sheriff, I can't wait to look at the
nice.
achievements. He has 7 on gold right now with an extra relic. And still Kotyan was just not dying. I think I would add my own skirms, actually, if I'm Kotyan. Because the Halb skirm combo is working really well. Maybe if you add your own skirmishers. I think adding your own skirmishers could really help you.
Yeah, I would agree. That would definitely help against the Halbs. And skirms. Like, Blue's been so low on gold for the last while.
I think this is the highest skilled game I've seen to Hidden Cup 3. So far.
Yeah.
Now Sheriff reacts and snipes the bombard cannon, while Blue still tries to hold. I genuinely think in terms of skill, this is the best game in Hidden Cup 3 so far. Incredible.
Yeah. And, Red, you would think that Red would lose, his space in the south, but he's everywhere. He's got control everywhere.
Wow. This guy will not die. Now, normally I would say that MBL's the cockroach, and he's definitely one of the best post-in players. He doesn't die. And Slam, you know that. You played him in quite a few late games, but I don't think it's MBL. Whoever it is going to make this a very long final series for the day.
Yeah. Oh, look at Red. Oh, man. Thought Red was going to lose all of his camels again, but no.
He needs his own skirms, man. He needs his own skirms. If he had 20 skirms with this, I think it'd be better. It's the lack of skirm. He's being really stubborn with that. And Blue is constantly rebooming. I don't know how he always has 100 plus villagers.
I don't understand. Like, you look on the map and you think, yeah, Blue probably doesn't have very much eco.
Yeah.
No. I mean, he must. Let me look at how much he's pumping out.
Dude, I feel like this is so encouraging if you're Kotyan in a best of 5. Even if you lose this, you know you should have been dead a while ago. And then Sheriff is probably getting more discouraged because he knows how hard it's going to be to beat this guy.
Yeah.
I would get Hussar if I'm Sheriff, though. I mean, I'm worried that he's not going to queue up the Hussar upgrade. Might as well.
Like, I'm trying to think, if I'm in Sheriff spot right now, like, what am I going... Like, if I push this back in the middle, I'm back up against this hill again. No matter what, I'm always coming back to this hill.
Yeah, I think when you're pop capped, you send in, you make sure you have 50 units queued up, and then at this point you send in, okay, there's Hussar, and you just raid, and then Blue has to deal with that, and then you send in those reinforcements right to where Blue was defending before. Yeah, and this is it right here. So yes,
You know,
blue's
I'm
gonna
starting to
clean it
think
up,
that-
but
sorry, I'm starting to think that red could, in his south base here, start queuing up some rams and building up army down here. 'Cause
Yeah.
that would be an unsuspected push
yeah, this is a big hit.
on level ground.
This is a big hit for blue. Look at how much military he's sending back to deal with this. Yeah, and now red's just gonna reinforce and send in more. He's just gonna continue his raids.
It's the Hussar constant raiding. Just that slowly drains your opponent.
Yeah, and he also is building some buildings within what was blue's base before. It is still kind of blue's base, I suppose. Yeah, now he's switching sides. He's like, okay, Kotyan, you've cleaned that up with Halbs. That's great. How's this? I have more now. This is so sick from Sheriff.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's not very many halbs up north, but looks like blue is sending a bunch of halbs now.
Yeah, it's 3 relics to 2 relics, and there's no gold left on the map. None whatsoever. So I wonder if it's ever going to become a concern for Sheriff that he never teched into Halb. If you don't tech into Halb in a trash war, that could be quite dangerous, actually.
And there's this little treb war going on down south. Just 2 trebs going at it.
Oh, true. Yeah, he's going after the town center.
else.
I don't know if it's worth it to show that you trebs when you're
Oh, they're
attacking
gonna
a
be taken
town
out.
center. Well, there are
But he's
camels.
sending everything.
Yeah. I mean, I think he still will lose one.
I think this is the spot that red needs to push.
Hello?
From here on.
Yeah, I think you're right, Slam. That's good.
Hello. Oh, that's right. That's right. You saying hello to me?
Sorry, I was saying hello to the Treb, but hi, how you doing?
Oh, hi. Good. Hi.
Yeah,
Oh,
good. It's been a
how's
fun
it been?
game so far, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Ooh.
Oh, the Palisade gained the quick wall, but the Hussars will
Oh.
still go past. Yeah, the Hussars will still make it
yeah.
past. Okay, now you have the
man.
skirms behind. See, this is what I was talking about from Red earlier. Now he has skirms behind the Rams, and I think that this is going to take care of a lot of those halberdiers. Also, Red still sending in some Hussars. Well, before he lost the stable. There's that one Hussar in the back of Blue's base. This is unbelievable. Kotyan has
Yeah.
90 military. This is freaking unbelievable. This game is never going to end.
No, it's not. I mean, red does have 3 relics, but blue has 2. It's
Yeah.
not the end of the world for blue.
So there are some games, man. I think back to Hidden Cup 2. It was the second semi-final ended up being between Viper and MBL. And it was this crazy post-imp war, went almost 2 hours. And I think after Hidden Cup 3, we're going to look back at this game as one of the best, because it's unbelievable how neither player is dying. And notably Kotyan. I don't know how Kotyan is still alive.
Yeah.
And
Back
it's
in
his
the-
term to raid right now.
Back in the day, I remember having Arabia games, 1v1 Vikings, and those games would also go on sometimes it would go on for a very long time.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's certain civs, like I know Vikings, I mean, this may be wrong, but some civs don't really have a good finishing unit, or like you get to
Yeah.
a point where it just boils down just to eco and skirms, and I know Viking matches had a tendency to do that.
No, I think Indians are as well, because you can't justify going camels anymore. So it's just
Yeah.
going to be Halb, Skirm, and wow, what a fight for Kotyan! It's again the hill that he's holding. Yeah, I think you're right, and I think the big factor in an Indian war is you can reboom because your vills are dirt cheap. So you might lose 20 villagers, but you can so easily have the food eco to create more of them, and that's not the case in any other Civ matchup.
Yeah, and in other maps, eventually some players might have a shortage of wood somewhere, but in this map,
Yeah.
you're gonna have wood for a while longer.
Is that gonna be what it comes down to? Blue's gonna chop through his corner? Man.
I think that's where we're heading.
Look
Yeah.
at the amount of wood floating right now, and here's the statistic. Wood floating in the Imperial Age. So I guess this stat sheet is making it as a positive to have less wood floating. So Leary's number 1. Interesting. 372 on average. That's pretty low for Leary. I think this is Hera or Viper. I think Kotyan is Hera or Viper, and I don't we have to see more games. This is just day 1.
Yeah.
I don't know who Sheriff is, but if I were to have to guess right now, I would say Yo. Yo Nikov. Yeah, Yo or Nikov or something.
Those stone, just like you mentioned too, like the stone walls too. I mean, sure, a lot of, you know, any player could be building stone walls, but that's just another factor.
But I think the quick walls, notably, I think the only 2 players who are going to quick wall with the frequency they did in Kotyan's position is probably Hera or Viper.
Yeah. I really want to see Red push from the south.
Dude, it's population efficiency. They both have 90 military. They just don't know where to put it. Like, they just don't know where the population should be. That's literally the problem.
And like, Blue's bound just eventually, you know, slow down here just because of map control. Like, it's getting kind of squishy and.
Well, Slam, 940 kills for Sheriff of Nottingham, and 945 kills for Kotyan Khan. That's how close the KD is.
Very even.
But you see what happened? I mentioned earlier, when it was just Hussar Halb, he was running into problems against Halb, but now that he has Hussar Skirm, the Halberdiers are no longer doing enough for Kotyan. So this raid might be a whole lot more effective for Sheriff, and there might be more follow-up.
I haven't actually looked at the resources in a long time, and I just did now, and Red, is definitely floating a lot more, whereas...
More lumberjacks, too.
Not terrible, but, well, it's getting lower.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but it's a slow process here. And I think Sheriff can comfortably take this fight with the Hussars, kill a few villagers, and then just send in more. That's the key. And he's doing it. Look, we have Halbs, we have Rams. Sometimes in these trash wars, it comes down to using what little gold you have on some siege to get position.
Yeah. I think Red should, at some point, stack 3 trebs in his castle, send them out.
Yeah.
Finally get rid of that disgusting castle.
Dude, I would be so tilted. That castle, though. I swear, someone has to look back. I'm sure the YouTube comments will do it. But I think it was something like 1,000 gold into just buying stone. Because he had 500 when he started repairing it. I remember that. And then he bought stone a bunch more times.
But you know, I keep thinking from Red's perspective, but what like if Blue takes that south area?
Yeah, Blue is the first one to really make a push on that in a while. So you're right. Like from Blue's perspective, you still have wood. You have the Halb Lightcav Skirm thing working for you. And I think the unit control has been slightly better for Kotyan as well. Might have a lot to do with the fact he's defending half the time, but he could make a real push for this, possibly.
Yeah, Blue's army is way bigger here.
There's a lot of Halbs in there, and Blue's now getting Hussar himself. Is he mopping this up or what? This is crazy. People were saying mop it up. Yeah, we have the Hera emote is, there's a mop next to his face. And he said he was really excited about that too. So it's because he plays clean and he mops up the opposition. Let's see if he can do it here.
Like that.
Also, they'll have to see the Hera video before that makes any sense, but sorry. We were running on limited memes with Hera, to be honest. We had to go for cleaning supplies. There weren't any clips that I could find. It's a good emote, though. Okay, there's one Treb, Slam. Sheriff has one Treb, he has another one queued up, and he wants to finally push that castle.
Good, I am so happy that this is where the fight's happening now. It just feels easier on my brain. I don't know why. That middle stuff was, I don't know.
Yeah, I love how similar you and I are, where we get stressed for player situations because we've been there. Look at the Halbs attack a farm. Don't you love that? Thanks to E. Patrol in, and instead of attacking any units, attack the farm. Yeah, let's get that fixed at some point.
If I get rid of that farm, you know, wood is lacking in this map. You won't be able to replenish it.
Oh, man. Blue found some stone, because he has enough stone to build another castle, which means he could repair for another century.
Wait, where is his stone? Like the,
It says he has one on stone. Can you find it?
Oh, yeah, I found it, yeah.
Where is it?
Sort of where his original stones are, just north of his castle. The annoying castle, disgusting castle.
That dude! Oh, man, there's 400
savior,
stone there. That's amazing. He's taking some damage, too. Oh... He is the MVP. Well,
on overtime right now. They're like, yeah, we need one guy on stone because we need to keep this castle up.
I think you mentioned it earlier, and I've said I call it trickle-trebbing. Red is making the mistake of trickle-trebbing and sending in one at a time. He needs to wait till he has 3 and then go for the castle. He lost that one a moment ago. I am sickened, but also amazed by the quality of this game. This is disgusting in a positive way that this game is still going.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. I thought blue would have been on.
Oh, red, don't do that. Don't do that, Sheriff. Do not trickle treb. Bring the treb to the hill. Oh no, don't. I can see we've seen this before.
It's
okay.
in a safe spot. Don't worry, it's in a safe spot. We won't get killed.
I wonder if he's surprised, like, oh, I lost the treb. How did that happen? Or if he's thinking twice about doing that again. This is the FedEx play. FedEx did this in the qualifiers. Oh
and,
man.
Oh, this might. I don't know. I'm looking at Blue's resources.
It's looking bad
low
now.
Food. He's building another castle.
Oh god, this is gonna take twice as long. He built another castle.
That one bill. I'm telling you, that was on stone.
Oh, did he die? Oh, he died.
Well, he contributed to this new castle.
Yeah, F's in the chat for him. Pay some respects. There's still way more farmers for Sheriff. This is the first time that Blue's been below 140 pop. And it should be just a matter of time. Oh my gosh. I like Red's insistence on pressuring from multiple sides though, Slam, because he could have easily fully focused here and then fallen back, but he built these stables a while ago and he's still creating from them.
Yeah.
So that's been huge.
I feel like it's great. My worry would be if it would take away too much food at some point, but nah. Like looking at his eco's never been touched.
Yeah, I like how he's building a flex lumber camp too. Like he could build this lumber camp in the back, but he's basically saying to Kotyan, it's right next to the castle. He's like, hey,
oh yeah,
that wood is mine, buddy.
This area will be my area very soon.
Is this it? Is this the moment where the one Treb actually does it?
I hope so.
Slim's like, I have somewhere to be today, so...
No, I got it all the time. I'm just saying, I have something against this castle. It's caused me stress, even though I'm not the player.
Well, there's a bombard cannon from Kotyan. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not like this. No. It's gonna go down.
It's just another trap.
It's alright. It's not like he has 0 villagers on gold or anything. Just seriously, Sheriff, wait till you have 3, and then do it, and then you're fine. Just wait till you have 3.
I agree. Oh, he's queued up 2 now. Finally, I think it's kicking in.
The funny thing is he's pop capped constantly. He's had trebs coming out of this castle, but he only gets 1 every 5 minutes. so he just sends the 1 forward. He just needs to have a little bit more patience, I guess. But yeah, I think it feels like Sheriff is going to do this, but Kotyan, imagine if Kotyan fights like this the whole series, how sick these games are going to be.
Yeah. What is the next map, out of curiosity?
I actually forget. It has been 1 hour and 32 minutes. The other home maps, I have absolutely no clue.
That's fair.
You could also have gone for bombard cannons if you're Sheriff, which are much easier to move around. They assist you in the fights.
I don't know if the score's always been this close, but I've just looked and it's Blue's creeping up. Yeah,
Blue's creeping up, but
I guess all game he has, but
it's been about a 2,000 difference. I'm just it sucks that one of these players is going to have to lose in round 1 of Hidden Cup. Let's just say that. We are going to look to this best of 5 first when we do the reveal on Sunday and say, all right, who were they? Because either player losing would be upsetting.
Blue's monastery has been staying like it's in front of the castle.
Yeah.
And like that's his gold supply right now.
Yep.
It's staying strong. I mean, good for him. It's a risky spot.
Blue is back up to 200 population.
No way. Is he actually?
Yeah. Wait, he's waiting now. He's being patient, Slam. Look at the trebs. He's waiting till he has 3.
Oh my.
He's listening to us like the sheep listened to us earlier, and he's raiding for the 5,000th time.
Oh, I'm so excited. When this castle goes down, oh man.
Oh no, wait.
I will receive energy and from out of nowhere.
Oh, just wait for the third one. Why are you so insistent upon going with 2? Oh, and he has a bombard cannon. Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait.
It's an improvement.
Just, okay, 3 and the bombard cannon. Let's go. I wish we had stats on how many units that castle killed. It's got to be in the hundreds.
500.
Oh, God. If he loses this, I'm going to scream. So just prepare yourselves.
Oh, the vills are coming to repair. He bought 100 stone. He's been here before.
Yeah, but there's 2 trebs now. He wasn't prepared. Boom! It goes down! Let's go! Oh, only took us 45 minutes.
I had this eye twitch. I don't know why, but it's gone.
It's gone? It's gone. Oh, nice. I hate it when that happens. I wonder why. That's so weird. All right, well, the relics are also out, so that means that...
this is huge. This is it.
Even if Sheriff doesn't collect the relics, he has 3-1 now, or 3-0. What am I talking about? Oh, man. And now the siege will follow this up and slowly take out the buildings. And Kotyan still... Look, he's refreshing the lumber camp. That's... Yeah, priorities. Building a lumber camp on 10 trees.
Wait, where is this? Okay. Yeah, I see.
Do you see it? Yeah, it's so much more efficient.
That's a yeah.
He's gonna lose the wood in the back of his base. Yeah, it's panic lumber. It's a classic. That's Doubt patented that back in 2003. I'm pretty sure. Back when it was so laggy that you couldn't delete a building if it was in a bad spot, so you just stuck with it. It's like, yeah, whatever. Wow.
Oh, this is it. I wonder.
This has to be
relics
it.
Are just chilling.
Blue is doing one last thing. So he's sending a lot of hussars to raid red, and he's hoping that this will do it.
Yeah. His pop is still high.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna see that change here.
Yeah, I mean, you lose the buildings, you lose the reinforcements. I think more than anything, red has had so much food and so much wood banks. And it's going to be both the food and the wood that takes a hit here for Kotyan.
Yeah. He's got 2 trebs, 2 bombard cannons for red. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah. I want to see red mine that stone with 1 villager. There's still stone left on the map. Just go ahead and mine that. Yeah, those hussars. You can see the importance of castles on these freaking hills, man. The hussars didn't last at all for Kotyan. I am as speechless as a caster who has to speak all the time can be right now. Blue...
This engagement here, I think Blue might push back. Maybe a little more again.
He has more pop slam. He has more population. At least the trebs... Are the trebs going to be safe?
Yeah, look how many hussars.
It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. This guy will not die. Kotyan Khan is constantly adding more vills and more skirms and more helps. If he wins this game, this is one of the more improbable comebacks ever.
Oh, did someone get a relic? There's only 1 there right now.
I imagine it's got to be red.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I just don't know where the monk is right now. If you spot him, let me know.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Does Blue even have... Oh! Okay, those are... Never mind. Yeah, Blue has a monastery, so he's going to try and get them again. I mean, it's not like he's even been using gold. He's just been making hussars.
Yeah, there's still a relic that's disappeared.
I don't know, man. I can't find it. Wait, did I just hear it?
Either.
No, he got it. He got it. Okay, so Red has 2 monasteries, and he has 4 relics now. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
But he keeps losing his trebs. I think you could maybe justify... Instead of banking up trebs, maybe you go for like 10 camels? Do you think camels are... I mean, you're going to have the gold, right? So maybe make camels with hussars?
Yeah, you could. They just go down so quick to halbs just for the first few seconds. It could work. I'm also thinking just maybe more bombard cannons, just 4.
Oh, I can't.
4
no.
or 5. No,
No.
you don't. No.
Why?
What's so wrong?
Oh, he wants to go champions. Okay, I mean, that's not bad. It's also not great, though, because you don't get the final armor upgrade for Indians, so I feel like the champions will die to skirm.
Well, can we step back here for a moment? What's wrong with the bombard cannons?
He's gonna lose them, man. I can't do it anymore. He's gonna lose them.
It's true. I hear you on that. But still, he's got
100.
enough army in front. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. He wants to mix in some champions, which normally is very good in Trash Wars, but I think it's he has to tech into them yet, but I think it's especially good when the champions get the final armor upgrade. All right, big fight for both. That's actually a much better engagement for Red, I think.
Yeah, he's got tons of Hussars.
I can't even get excited about population dropping for Blue. He has 120. Okay, now he calls it. Now he calls it.
What?
He calls it 125 pop. He finally gives it up, and Sheriff of Nottingham wins.
To be honest, jeez, this engagement here looks almost no different than like the last 5. So he chose this one to give up.
I think, yeah, maybe he's like, all right, well, I'm actually running out of wood. Maybe that was it. He actually chopped through his corner for the most part. Oh, man. Well,
what a game.
I said it 45 minutes ago. Sheriff of Nottingham, he had to grind so hard for that win, and that is probably a confidence boost for Kotyan more than anything, because Kotyan held on for so long in a situation where he probably should not have. So, unfortunately, our colors have flip-flopped on the scoreboard. I saw people pointing out to me the order in which the players won here is actually incorrect, but it does show 1-1. Who are these players, Slam? This is some high-level stuff.
Oh, man. That was, that was crazy. Especially with Blue's move at first. I thought he'd be done.
Yeah.
The camels first.
Okay.
GG.
Well, let's look at this. 1,600 kills for Kotyan, 1,500 for Sheriff. Largest army over 100 for each player. Kotyan lost 95 buildings, including that one house which had the camel inside, remember?
Oh yeah, that's a huge difference for building loss.
Yeah, he just wouldn't die.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. I mean, Blue was being pushed on the whole game.
Yeah. Sheriff of Nottingham, get this, Slam. 115,000 food. Kotyan had 94,000. The goal difference? 26,000 for Sheriff of Nottingham and only 17,000 for Kotyan. And Kotyan still survived that long. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a huge difference there.
Oh, man. All right, well, let's look, guys. There's a lot to speculate over. We won't know who these players are until the final day on Sunday. The score is 1-1, and I think the best of 5 has been saved for last. This has been unbelievable. Now, I am getting like Hera vibes or Leary vibes or Viper vibes from Kotyan, who lost that game. Has to be said, globally banning Malay is a bit weird. And I don't know if that gives us any insight whatsoever, but that's the first time I've seen it. The next map will be either Bay or El Dorado for Kotyan. And Slam, before we hop in, I just gotta say thank you to a few names here. I can't get to everyone. We have 24,000 watching, which is sick. But Ace Tim, Galal, Raste, Holy Muff 2, Chunky, thank you all. So many new Twitch Prime subs. I also have some resubs like Dr. Mosley, thank you. Gifted subs from Gaza and others. $1 from every subscription, whether it's a gifted sub, Twitch sub, new sub, goes into the Hidden Cup 3 prize pool, which at this point is going to bring the prize pool to 52,500 or something. So, yeah, a lot of money going to the players, and I just appreciate all the hype and support, even though I can't get to everyone. Slam, you ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
All right, let's hop into game number 3.
Okay.
Oh, Persians versus Mongols. Now, many people call this map Bay. Slam, what do you think this map looks like?
Is this a am I supposed to say something here?
if this map would be an article of clothing, what would it be?
Pants? Shorts?
yeah, it's pants. Yeah, we have a pants emote because everyone is calling this pants, and it's actually very accurate. But this is supposed to be a pro series tournament, so we're not going to call it that. All right.
Okay. And it does look like a bottle too with the.
That's true. Yeah, the water. Yeah, I guess if you think it's pants, this is like the crotchal region. but
Yeah,
this is a PG stream, so we
crotch
can't.
region. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think we used up our opportunity to use the word crotch.
So we'll keep our pants on and not talk about it.
Exactly. Yep. So Sheriff of Nottingham has gone for Persians, which were actually globally banned in the previous 2 sets, and I feel like Persians is a fantastic civ to go up against Mongols on this map slam. It's a hybrid map, so you have the water. You can combat for water with the extra wood that you start with. The TCs work faster, and then you have some of the best paladins in the game. What do you think about Mongols on this map, though?
Well, if I was up against Mongols, the first thing I'm thinking is, great, they're going to be up super early. They're going to be able to, test water or get fire ships out early, and that would be the thing that would really annoy me. Plus the deer patch, too, which is absolutely huge.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think...
Yeah.
Well, sorry to interrupt you there, but I think that I would say Mongols is probably better with power spikes, if I were to break it down, and Persians is probably more all-around strong. Now that the town centers work faster for Persians, they're consistently better in that area. If they're going towards mid-game farming economy, they're better in that area. But Mongols, they'll have the faster feudal time most likely. They will have potentially the faster castle time with the deer. And so the Mongol player needs to take advantage of any power spikes they have with the faster hunt.
I do like that word you used, power spike. That's a great way to describe it.
Yeah.
Because, there's those windows of time where you can really, use a civ to its advantage, such as the Mongols.
All right. So another thing about Mongols is they have the elite Mangadai, but I think it takes more to get to elite Mangadai. So you have to build castles, you have to get the upgrades, you have to mass the units, and it's normally a bit more streamlined. Just make a stable at some point in the game as Persians, and just use that stable the whole game for your whatever unit you choose. Whew. All right, man.
That last game, man.
Yeah, that, it's really weird to have Dark Age again. It's like there's very little going on.
Strange. Yeah. I haven't seen too much meta on this map yet. Have you normally seen people go straight for the water, or have you seen any strats where people have gone, like Mongols, for example, go straight into scouts?
Yeah.
And, have you seen that, or is it usually just water initially?
So I think the best way to play this is 50-50. So if you sense you're going to lose water, you immediately go to the hunt, or you start to farm. I see some players run into problems when they don't realize that they can't go all in on hunts and can't go all in on water. So I'll see sometimes players will invest so heavily into water, but even if they win water, their opponent is taking deer. And you could say, I've also seen players go to hunt too early, not have the resources to combat on water, and then losing that. So it's another hidden cup map where you need to balance. Like we had slopes in the previous game, you had the shore fish, but you need to farm. You go cav archers, but the potential for raiding is huge, so you need stable units. It's really tough. It's all about adapting.
Yeah, and I wonder what Red is thinking. Does he think he's going to win water? Because if I was in the Persian spot, I would just assume my fish are going to, this Mongols player is going to go up super quick. I'm going to lose my fish right away.
Yeah.
But I think you just got to go fish regardless. Like, if you don't go water at all, you're going to be in a very bad spot. They have fish.
Yeah, so the overlay's not showing it right now, but 35% of the way to Feudal Age is Kotyan Khan. He's also walling super early, which is not normal for someone who's going for water, because then you're investing wood into the full walls, and you're hanging a villager. It's not collecting resources, but 2 docks for him will be the play, and then I think Sheriff will do the same.
This is basically just telling us that Khan is saying, I really want to win water. Get land. This has to work. I have to win water. It has to work.
I think Kotyan knows that Sheriff's Scout is around, and he's looking for it because he knows he'll be in Feudal faster. Yeah, this is really good awareness. Watch this. He'll be in Feudal.
Yeah.
And when he is, he can get some hits in on that Scout, but maybe Sheriff can make it back. So, Slam, can I quiz you real quick? I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but can I quiz you?
Oh. Absolutely.
Okay, what civilization gets more HP on their docks in AoE 2?
Oh, man. Byzantines.
Well, that's actually true. But,
yes.
Besides Byzantines, you cheater.
Persians?
Yeah, Persians do. I didn't know if you knew that. When I was casting with MBL, he found that out for the first time, so I just wanted to make sure that you knew, that's all.
Do they get it in Dark Age? Because I made sure I quickly clicked on these docks when he hit Feudal Age, just to double check.
I believe so, but I'm not sure. I just know they get it.
Counter quiz.
Damn it. Somehow, I thought I was going to make you look bad, but now you're making me look bad. This is not the plan.
And there goes the fish.
Yeah. And he's also already on deer. He's going to send 3 bills out there. This is really solid play. But when you have more HP on your docks, I think it's very easy to go back on water and just even things out and snipe the fishing ships. Kotyan only has 2, and remember the Persians, they have the faster working TCs, so I'd like to see the Persian player start making some farms.
Yeah. You know, any expert that has to go through these types of wars on water, like, you got to give them a lot of credit, because there's so much attention and focus you got to give it, because there's demos coming out.
Yeah.
You know, one moment where you have 3 fire ships together as a demo, and you miss that. Like, it's huge. And you can come back on the water so easily, too, because of demos.
Like this? Boom!
Yeah. Oof.
Just like that.
You constantly need to watch. And it's like... And there's Vils repairing ships. It's just... There's so much going on. There's a lot of micromanagement. Sending a boat forward to repair, sending your one boat back, which has 1 HP.
That scout, that weak-ish scout sniped a villager. So Sheriff was so focused on water, this scout goes back in. But yeah, that villager went down. And it makes it tough. You have to be really quick.
Oh, I love how Blue has went for that deer.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Does it just make you feel good when you see someone using deer? Is that just a thing for you?
It's life-changing.
Like, what if there were no deer on AoE2 maps? What do you think?
That would also be life-changing.
In a negative way?
A negative way, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was life-changing positive play for Sheriff. He got a big demo, and now he's deciding to push on out here. Now, we mentioned it before, Kotyan can make his own demo, and he has one on the way from the left dock. And Kotyan's not playing any games here. He's fully walled.
Oh, man. Sheriff has been killing it with sending back weak fire ships.
Oh, that was amazing micro from Sheriff. He didn't lose a single fire to that. That was amazing.
But, I mean, as these water wars go... Water wars, it's... Water wars.
Water wars, yeah.
Water wars. 1 demo, 2 demos, boom, Blue's back in it.
Yeah, at least he sniped the fishing ships, so he's taking care of that. I just wonder what Kotyan's plan is now. I think the only reason that Kotyan has a higher score is due to the scouting. So, 2 fishing ships now for Sheriff in response. I've liked the farming. I've seen this play out before, Slam, where the Persian player just farms and never takes deer and still has a faster castle age time. So,
interesting, yeah.
It's possible.
Good for Red. I mean, being in his spot, it's not easy to, you know, win against Mongols initially on water. Well, he did loot. Like, he lost his fish first.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But
Red is playing really smart. I think he knew that Blue would have the potential to come back on water. So instead of sitting next to the dock where he can get hit by demos, he's just going to protect his fish. And he's repairing constantly. This is such a small thing, and everyone does it, but Nikov is incredibly good with hybrid maps and repairing his navy like this. He always repairs it. There's never a point where he does not. So it's a name to think about here. And I think Nikov is one of the most prepared players for Hidden Cup 3. Also, he got shafted by the hidden seeding in Hidden Cup 1 and Hidden Cup 2 because he faced up against Viper. So he told me he would fly to the States and kick my ass if he was up against Viper in round 1. So
I believe it.
For my ass's sake, I really hope that this is not Nikov against Viper. But I think it's Hera against someone. That would be my guess right now.
Yeah. This is... Oh... Yeah, so Blue's up, and he's repairing a dock. Clearly, he wants to conserve it, you know, everything in his docks until he's up to the next stage. I think he's banking on the fact that he's going to be up earlier, even out of the range.
Yeah, that's
as you mentioned,
unique.
Nikov, I know there's a few times I played against him, and he's done very well, like you said, in hybrid maps where there's water involved, there's land involved, and he's been able to come at both those sides like very.
This is such a stupid thing. You can't hit villagers when there's a palisade wall there because it like blocks the fire. Such a stupid thing. You can repair that dock forever. I hate that. Yeah, blue is 40% of the way to Castle Age, and we've yet to see the click for... No, there's the click for... He doesn't have the building. He doesn't have the blacksmith, so he can't click up yet. But he'll click up soon.
He's got to repair that other dock. Otherwise, he's going to lose a bunch of... Oh, he's just going to come out. Never mind.
Surprise.
Yeah, forget Castle Age.
Uh-oh. The demo's better for red, though. The demo's better for red. Oh, but there's another demo coming out. Boom!
That was a great hit.
That's the water meta for you right there, man. You can bounce back at any time in Feudal Age.
Yeah.
Nice play from Kotyan. I like how he didn't... Like, you could say, I'm going to go hunt. I'm going to go land. But then you give the Persians water, and I don't think you should fully give it up.
Plus, there's going to be archers coming from blue here soon, too. And they will be in range of that gold.
Oh, that'll hurt. Yeah. It's a good point, man. And it will be knights eventually for the Sheriff. But Sheriff doesn't have... He's 11 on food, 10 on food. He doesn't really have the farming eco to boom and make a ton of knights. And his Castle Age time is also pretty late. So that could hurt.
Yeah, and blue has still 2 deer left. 3. Like, that's...
Nice.
I don't know. It's just incredible. It's food for days.
Yeah, he didn't go all in on the farms, did he? Sorry, on the deer. He's added farms as well.
Yeah.
Nice balance from Kotyan.
Well, he got Bodkin arrow too. Ooh, this hit on the goal. I wonder where he's gonna go. Probably on the goal.
With Bodkin, can you range all of that though? I think you can range a villager on the right side. I guess you attack the wall and then break in. I think red will have to leave the gold. Yeah, I think red has to leave the gold temporarily because it'll take a little bit yet. Yeah, you can maybe range that, but it'll take a little bit yet to get a knight out.
Yeah.
That's enough. Kotyan's just going to extend his lead with a boom. Second TC now. So I'd say that is probably enough. Red also loses the scout. Yep.
Okay, well, I honestly, like, a minute ago, I thought red would be in a very bad spot, but no, it just wasn't enough archers.
Man. Yeah, 40 eco for both. And red's still on water, so he hasn't forgotten about that. Blue, I just don't think he's committing enough to water now. I highly doubt... I would just forget about it if I were him.
Yeah.
I highly doubt he'll commit more to it. And then knights for Persians have + attack versus those crossbows. So it didn't really do much for Kotyan except buy himself a little bit of time and delay... Sheriff. Persians can be really strong here. 3 TCs incoming for Sheriff.
Holy, that was quick. I was going to say blue's second TC. Very nicely placed. They'll be able to get stoned with that.
Yeah, ooh, you know, Slam,
Sheriff?
Sorry, I keep interrupting you here, but
No.
Sheriff's got to be careful that he doesn't allow blue to snipe the fishing ships, because I think blue is thinking about giving up on water. Yeah, nice defense.
Oh man, blue even went for the upgrade for his fire ships too, and he's losing on top of that.
Yep.
Ay.
This is a very interesting stat. This is the average amount of town centers built. That's so funny to me. How 2 of the most aggressive players have built less TCs. That's funny. Leary #1, and then Hera #3 for town centers. But I think that statistic was probably taken off of a lot of Arabia games, and I think on Bay you've got a boom, so don't know how relevant that is here. Yeah, blue continues to produce from this Slam.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He just keeps building the fire ships. But these regular fire galleys are
doing
still
okay.
pretty decent.
Yeah, he has the numbers. I see crossbows coming in for Kotyan again. Red's got some knights, actually. Oh, but blue has a relic already, and he also has a monk there. You might try and convert the high HP one.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much dynamic going on where, like, you think red may be ahead because he had 3 TCs earlier, but...
There's a demo in there. There's a demo in there. There's a demo in there. Oh, Sheriff. That's so disappointing.
Oh,
I thought he could have demoed the crossbows.
Yeah.
But he's losing the fish now, so... What are you thinking, man? Like, what position would you prefer to be in? It's super close.
Oh man. Well, I've always liked, you know, castle civs a little more, like Mayans and Mongols.
Yep.
So just based off of that, I would like to be in blue spot. But I know it takes a while to get the Mangudais rolling. And Persian boom is pretty deadly.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's tough to say.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, I think what I like about Blue's position is that he is doing more with map control, and he's setting himself up for late game just a bit more. Getting the relics, has some crossbows. He has something which is threatening to the opposition. You can't really say that for Red at the moment.
Yeah, did he just find that relic? I think maybe he just got, like, his first monk. I don't think he saw it initially, but this is going to be pretty good for him. He doesn't see the other one. He just one tile out of sight, I think.
Yeah, so I don't think we'll have these facts pop up. Uh-oh, Sheriff. Uh-oh. Okay, never mind, he's good. But I don't think this fact is going to show up on our screen. But every game that I have seen where someone on Bay gets 5 relics, the person with 5 relics loses.
Oh, really?
Every single time, yeah. Actually, it was 4 relics in the previous set. Look at the dancing from Kotyan. That was beautiful, Micro.
Oh, is he going to get that?
Might not, actually. This is well played from both players.
I'm surprised that Manga lived.
That was sick from both, because Sheriff had to really repair that quickly, and then use the town center to shoot the knight.
And another thing that's interesting too is, like, as Mongols, do you go for that 4th TC, stay with 3?
Yeah.
And as we're seeing here, I think he's just going to stay with 3. Maybe he knows he's going to get more eco from relics, so 3 will allow him to be more efficient.
It's Friar Tuck.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
It cracks. I do have your stream loaded on the left, and as I'm talking there, I see this monk running with a relic in his hands.
Well, the monks are pretty big deal here. Friar Tuck plays tomorrow. He's an actual hero in this event. Look at this micro nerd. There's no need to do this, but there's nothing else to do, I guess. So he's like, whatever. Let's go for it.
This could be huge for Blue if he gets... Oh, if that knight didn't die.
The knight got converted? But again, you see how he doesn't hesitate? This is... I think it's Hera or Leary. It's one of the AM micro nerds for sure.
Yeah. So, do you have a favorite yet that you're rooting for 1490?
I am all in on Emperor in a Barrel. He will win Hidden Cup 3. How about you?
Did he play yet?
No, he's the last set tomorrow. So I'm like, Dave chose King Sancho and King Sancho won. I think it was Matt Salsa, who's co-casting with me tomorrow, chose Sheriff of Nottingham. Basically every co-caster who has chosen something, their person has won. I'm sweating.
That is crazy. That's
what about
so
you?
Scary. I'm definitely for Saladin. A, because it's the cleanest looking name, in my opinion. It's just clean. It's nice.
Okay.
And 2, when I was younger, I used to play this wrestling game on N64 with my brother. And one of the wrestlers' names was Saladin, and that guy brought the heat. So I think that Saladin will also bring the heat in this tournament.
Okay. Well, I forget who they play tomorrow. I'll keep that in mind. Bringing the heat.
Oh yeah, no, he'll win it tomorrow. Mark my words.
92 villagers for both Slam, and they're both on the way to Imp. And the overlay's been fantastic. We have a few kinks to iron out overnight tonight before tomorrow. It doesn't show that, but it is definitely happening. So it's got to be Paladin versus Mangudai. There's really no other thing to see here.
5 TCs, I just realized, from Red. That is monstrous. Makes sense, Persians, but...
He hasn't expanded much. Neither has Blue. They've got to push out. And Blue having one castle is big. I think that next castle's got to be a little bit more towards the belt region of the pants to secure maybe that 2-tile stone, and then the castle after that, probably to the gold, and then the castle after that on the belt. That's what I'm thinking.
I wonder if it'd almost be a good move for Blue if he had something that scouted out front, saw that he was going to go Paladins, and actually going camels first.
I
don't know.
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
I think...
No.
Yeah, you can't answer it. I think...
Oh, no, I mean, your answer's going to be no.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. I think that would be The problem there is Mangudai costs so much. Of course, I want to say this, and blue is massacring villagers, and red hasn't reacted, but Mangudai costs so much, you'd want to put the resources into upgrades.
Yeah.
Well, that was huge, man. Those crossbows are pretty much as good as dead at this point, and they still did damage. Some good value there.
That is.
Alright, red might need to delete some of his houses. And it seems like he'll lose a knight to a conversion, and he does. But nice shot from Kotyan, and again, Kotyan has some room to breathe, and he's built a perfect castle slam right next to the stone.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Oh, man. Well, I'm looking forward to this, man. Mangudai versus Paladin, I guess. Well, to start.
I think this sounds crazy. I guess he doesn't have the food
I like it
for
already. I like it already.
I was gonna say, what if you create maybe like 5 or 6 Cavalier, and then you go immediately into Paladin, but blue's not really giving Sheriff the time. I think you have to fight with Cavalier.
Yeah. Could work if you know that blue can't be doing what he's doing now, I guess, as you mentioned.
Oh god.
This would be so annoying.
Sheriff actually has to build a tower in the Imperial Age because of Mangudai? That's so bad.
You'd call in, like, Pawn's decision, though. Like, so you might have a player that might just sit at home with the first 4 Mangudai.
Yeah.
Or he just is like, no, let's use these bad boys right away. Let's get in there. Look what he's already done.
Whoever this guy is, he does not sit at home. With the exception of the last 50 minutes of the previous game. he does not sit at home. Oh. He sat at home for a lifetime.
I think he just hit the Paladin upgrade now. He had so much in the bank there.
Okay, yeah, he's doing what I mentioned. Just go full Paladin first, or get the upgrade first and then produce. It's cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good.
So it will be 4-1 with relics, by the way. Kotyan Khan will have 4. Yeah, man, Kotyan's playing so smart. So smart. Yeah. No forward castles, just branch out, take it to post-imp, and castle all the golds. I love that castle spot, again. It's a mistake that a player earlier in one of the sets made, was he tried to go forward castle, and then he didn't have the map control. He's going full map control.
That's beautiful. With going into this with 4 relics, too.
Yeah.
So.
Gets a conversion there on the Cavalier. Sheriff definitely realizes the importance of the belt, so he's trying to get out there himself. Once Paladin comes in, I think the way to play this is to force fights. Do not allow Mangudai to be massed to 50 or 60 number, then it's too difficult for melee units.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm loving Khan's position. I mean, it's easy to say,
of course,
now that I see where he's at now with the score and the relics. I guess we'll see what happens. Already elite Mangudai. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm just curious what his secondary, what he's going to add to this army. Siege onagers, rams, camels, probably all of that.
Honestly, I think you could go heavy camel Mangudai. Once you get full upgrades, I think with the food he's floating, you could do it. Hussar is going to be better for your gold income, but when you have 24 on gold and 4 relics, I think that it makes sense to go heavy camel.
Yeah. And look at that. Just outposts everywhere. He sees everything.
Yeah, he has a monk sitting next to the stone, so he can see. Look, he immediately reacted to the villagers coming this way. So now he knows. Now he's sending the Cavalier he converted this way. Like, Slam, Kotyan Khan, whoever he is, he could be going to the finals. This is unreal awareness.
He's not messing around.
Holy cow. So smart, so aware. And now he's prepping some trebs with his Mangudai, and he's ready to treb from the other side of this wood line.
Oh, but that's a big Paladin army coming in as...
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge. And the house wall, are you kidding me? The house wall to make that fight just a little bit easier for himself. More Mangudai coming from the other side, I believe. Ooh. The Paladins can't engage. That was so sick.
Red's in so much trouble. To get blocked like that and then have blue live through that with half his army to the right.
And get another conversion, I mean.
Oh, another block. Look at that block.
What? 3 markets? Sheriff wants to raid?
Cornered in there. No, there's a hole.
Is there a hole?
Oh, never mind.
That is just huge. Time and time and time again, Kotyan continues to block these units. We are looking at the best of the very best here. Like, Sheriff is no slouch. We saw it in the previous game. But, oh, no, the Paladins, they can't fight. They can't fight. Oh, it's a nightmare.
Wow.
That's sick, dude. These are Persian Paladins with full upgrades, and it just can't do anything. They can't take any engagements. Kotyan just won't allow it to happen.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't even know what to say for red spot. Like, he needs, at this point, he needs like 5 trebs.
Yeah.
And 100 paladin. And then I'd be like, okay, maybe he's gonna crawl back.
Done everything that you could probably do with Persians. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You've played it almost to perfection, with the exception of losing some water earlier. And now there's actually going to be 2 castles creating a choke point for Kotyan. Kotyan is everywhere at the moment. And even here you have Sheriff trying to build some stables and a unit that Kotyan converted earlier stopping the stables. It's sickening, man. It is sickening how good this is.
That's a lot of I'm seeing over 50 Mangudai now. How many paladin?
I actually feel bad for Sheriff because it's a beast of a player too. It's just that Kotyan seems slightly better in some of these situations.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think these Mangudai could one-hit a paladin right now.
Close.
Yeah.
Oh. Glorious, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Paladins just have to fight. At least here you can hit some of the Mangudai, but look at them stack.
Oh, man. That's just unfair. That's unfair.
That's 49.
That's not right.
That's 50 units on 4 tiles. That is what ranged units can do.
Sometimes you wonder, like, oh, well, who's winning, who's losing? And then you just look at the score.
Wait.
Blue's score is just...
Well, do Mangonels change things here? What? Oh, he ejected it. He went into the castle. That was so smart. He's like, whoop! Not today. Oh, man. That was a huge play from Kotyan.
Just a little bit of teleportation.
Oh, stupid, man. Stupid good. And forward lumber camp flex there from Kotyan. He's destroying. The KD tells the story.
Yeah, that's it, man. And bread's pretty much out of gold and food.
Yeah. And it doesn't have the relics, right? And a lot of this gold is more towards the belt region, which is going to be denied now. Oh, the pants are getting tighter and tighter around Sheriff's waist right now. It's like after Thanksgiving dinner, man. Whew. Loosen the belt a bit. This is rough.
Was that a segue into like this map? Like, was that on purpose?
That was
very
yeah, that was on purpose. I wrote that down ahead of time, man.
That's incredible. Oh,
and now you're making me.
I know.
Look
Now
bad.
I ruined it.
Yeah, you ruined it. Come on.
I know. Okay. Well. Okay.
I didn't write it down, just to be clear. I think Sheriff is running out of steam now. He might be able to snipe the trebs and delay the inevitable. Again, I really like the thinking of Kotyan to still make sure that red can't fully expand to those extra golds. Yeah. And the GG's called. Sheriff says, I've done what I could do. I got full upgrades on paladins, and he had numbers as well. But Kotyan with his traps, Kotyan with the quick walls, and then the positioning was just perfect. Everything that you need to be a Hidden Cup 3 champion, Kotyan Khan has for sure. And you could honestly say the same for Sheriff. The level of play we're seeing in round 1 could be a grand final. It is amazing stuff we're seeing here, Slam. I'm speechless.
I can't really think I can't really think of anything of how maybe Blue could have improved that game. Like, it seemed like he kind of hit a textbook. 3 on deer early, you know, so not too many vills, not too little. Map control and getting relics.
Look at that KD. 200 kills, 102 deaths. And there were a lot of deaths on water for Kotyan as well. And he had less food, obviously, but he had more stone, more gold. And that's minimal. The amount of resources collected is pretty close, except for the stone. It was just how the players used their ideal unit compositions. I do think that there are many players in this event, though, who will play similarly to Kotyan, but not think about the expansion as much. So the way he built that line of castles towards the belt was perfect. And then he knew when the time was to build the forward castle, and then, of course, the brilliance with the walls. So this guy is a complete player. And
even...
Wow.
Sorry, I was just interrupting you there.
Yeah, go ahead.
And just a small detail of some players may just stack their Mangudai at home and not really go out, but just sending those first 4 out because, well, why not? And he sent them out, killed a bunch of Vills, made them force a tower up on the wood. Just a minor detail. It just adds up.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk civilizations available for cross, because 2 out of the 3 big ones are actually gone at the moment. So Malay was globally banned by Kotyan, which still is fascinating to me. Persians was just used by Sheriff of Nottingham, which is a great cross civ. I guess that's something that Kotyan himself could choose. But the civ I'm thinking about is Japanese slam, because Japanese with the fishing ships and the flexibility seems to be a pretty common pick for this map.
Which map are we on?
We would be going to Cross, because
Cross.
that is the remaining home map for Sheriff. So,
yes.
just brainstorming here. I know in the past people would go Huns or Spanish, possibly. I think if we see Spanish, it's probably a Chinese player in Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yeah, wasn't Vikings also a civ on this map? I can't remember.
I didn't see too much of that, but I don't really remember either.
Yeah.
You ready, though, to get into game 4?
Absolutely.
All right.
Ready.
Let's do it. Game number 4. Well, we're looking at 2 incredible players. Kotyan Khan has gone for Japanese, and same with Sheriff. And this is going to be about the best possible execution. No longer can one player go for 60 units that the other player can't fight, like in the previous game. They have the same options, they have the same civilization, and we have pawns in the north, south, east, and west slam. It'll be all about the fish.
Yeah, and one thing I like to see is at what point players actually migrate to the other pawns, or if they choose to sneak a Vil.
Yeah,
on one of their pawns. So that's also awesome to see.
Yeah. I'm looking at the maps, and both players close to a pond, which is normal, and both players pretty open bases. Could be slightly more awkward for blue, but I only say that because of that hill next to the golden stone. Still, walling potential is there for both. Sheriff of Nottingham will be liking his chances, though.
I think Sheriff has got some, his wood is not looking the best.
True.
It's kind of out there in front. I think he's going to the left one. Whereas blue does have wood that seems a little bit more safe.
That's true. He has a few wood lines which might not be ranged by crossbows or towers or whatever the choice is. Oh, this is interesting. So, Kotyan Khan is docking, and he's now taking straggler trees. Now, I always tell all my viewers not to do this in low elo legends, but if you make it into Hidden Cup, you're allowed. He wants to go for an early fishing ship instead of building a lumber camp.
Very, very cool. Okay. I like that.
All right. And it's not too expensive to get to the mining camp for Japanese because it only costs 50 wood. So I'm sure he'll get there in no time. But that's an interesting strat. Obviously, Red could do that, but Red's going for the more standard approach.
But, I don't understand, because you think he would try and pump out one
fishing ship
right now. But no, he's still just going to wood. Right, just like he regularly would.
Yeah, I wonder. Let's see who's faster at the first fishing ship then, because they still have a similar amount on wood. I guess Kotyan is sending another one to Straggler.
Yeah.
Huh.
Let's see. Interesting. Let's see if this fancy way of doing this pays off.
Yeah, he's definitely adapting big time. It put villagers on Stragglers temporarily. Now he needs a house. Still doesn't have a fishing ship on the way. And now Red's gonna go dock at the standard time. This might not end up doing too much slam.
But it looked really cool at first.
Yeah, it's just some people justifying their straggler tree chopping and making me angry during low elo legend cast. That's all.
Yeah.
It's not.
I love Reds.
It's not a bad play, but go ahead. Sorry.
I love Reds. I love it when the deep fish is literally attached to your dock.
Yeah.
It makes me sleep at night.
Okay, I have a feeling that Sheriff might lose a Vil. Okay, he won't. Nice. I was worried there was a weak one there, Slam, and I was worried he might forget about it. But no Vils lost to Boars yet in Hidden Cup 3, so goes to show you these guys kind of know what they're doing.
Should be a trophy. First whatever Vil lost to a Boar trophy.
Yeah. Okay, well, concerning spot for Kotyan is probably the front of his base. Concerning spot for Sheriff is probably the wood lines. So different things to focus on. The fishing ships are pretty much identical. Blue gets his second. Red gets his second 10 seconds later. So did you happen to watch the game between... Chat, was it Joan the Maid and Bad Neighbor? A Japanese war on Cross today? I think it was.
No, unfortunately not.
Okay, so one player ended up winning 3 ponds and getting a lot of fish and getting to imp faster, but you know the fishing ships become slightly less efficient as the game goes on, and the other player with 1 pond invested into a lot of farms, and the farm player won. So
really,
yeah, it was interesting.
How was like the map control? Did the farm player have like good center map
Yeah,
control?
exactly. So, see, the one player went for 3 ponds, and so the other guy went for crossbow Maganel and just kind of held the center for a couple minutes until he caught up to imp. It was a really interesting game.
Red could have maybe killed that Vil.
I noticed that, yeah.
Oh, but he did. Blue just got Loom now.
Yeah, both players probably going to wood. Red's on the way to feudal and blues are on the way to feudal. And here's an interesting stat. So, average between all 25 maps in terms of game time is 39 minutes and 52 seconds. And Cross is below average. So these games tend to be pretty quick. Baltic is actually the fastest, which is funny. Like, I would ever include Baltic in Hidden Cup, but... Baltic? Why was that on there? Come on now, Baltic.
You've offended someone, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Have you seen any relic grabs in this map yet?
No.
From the corner?
Not from the corners, no. I know someone told me in a best of 21 between 2 top 100 players that are not near as well known that someone grabbed them, but pros are just not doing it, Slam. It's a lot of work to get to those relics in the corners.
It is, yeah.
I really want to see if it's possible to eject a monk in the southern relic, though. Like, because it looks like you have maybe 1 tile for the monk to land on.
Good pickup. I didn't even see that.
Yeah. I think we've offended some Baltic fans out there. It's not a bad map. I'm just making jokes. That's all.
So, Red's on gold. He's going for archer build. Blue. Oh, they're both on gold. Never mind. I did not see that. I thought blue was going to go for scouts for a second.
So they're on gold, and there is a villager for Kotyan on the right side. And Sheriff is sending his scout over, but he's a bit late to this, isn't he? So I think that dock is going to go up for Kotyan, and that's what Cross is all about. So he's later to the play, and he's sending his own Vil as well. This will be really interesting.
Yeah, and Blue's even adding another one on his main, which is good.
Watch,
there's tons of fish in there.
And watch this. Kotyan will fight with his Vil, now bring his scout over, and now he's ahead in the scout war. And now Sheriff's like, well, shoot, he got his dock up faster.
Well planned.
Yeah, that was really good defense there. I think a lot of players would send their scout forward and try and get ahead of the game, but then it becomes a risk and you lose the Vil, and the dock never goes up. So, good defensive play.
Yeah. I wonder if Blue's going to wall by his right lakes. Sometimes you'll see that from players. They just wall, because that way they prevent a Vil from walking down and building a dock.
That's true. Between the wood line would be an easy opportunity. Yeah. At Blue now won't really be able to see much because he lost his scout there.
Oh, he did. I didn't even see it. Oh, from the spear.
That also means he doesn't know about the archery range play for Sheriff. So that could be dangerous. I guess the wood lines are pretty safe, but still.
Blue's not even building a military.
Just fish boom.
He's just... Yeah. I mean, I can see how that could work, but something about this game doesn't make me feel like it's going to work. Just because Red is building archers, there's a hill up in front, berries are exposed. Maybe if he had better walls, but
yeah,
he needs to get up quick. Like, he has no army.
Well, I think that's the strat choice, right? Like, hold off and play defensive, and then he's going for double dock fish boom on the right side, and you see at the north, you can't see this land, but on our casting overlay, it's 40 eco versus 36. 41 versus 36, so the fish boom is definitely pretty large already.
Yeah. I can see. Okay. You know, Blue might pull off. He's already getting a mark. He's already getting a blacksmith. He might be able to abuse the market a little bit to get up.
That's true.
I know he, just as you mentioned, like, he's feeling that urgency where he's putting the focus into eco, so he needs to make that transition to the next age so he can, as quick as possible, be able to defend. And
then the flip side, Red, you don't invest as heavily. You also know that Kotyan is on the right side, docked, so you've got to feel some urgency to pressure and get fletching, which he's just now researched, and get through these walls. I think that for Kotyan, it's got to be... is he on his way to Castle Age already? Holy cow, he's on his way to Castle Age.
He's killing it.
Yeah.
He did use the market just a tad, but his food jumped so quickly, and look at all of his fish.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's what you should do on Cross, and unlike any other map, I think you can get away with a bit of a greedy boom. Wait a second! Wait a second! Kotyan in all caps said, sorry, go. Is this Vivi?
It's faking it. Nah, Vivi. No, there's no way.
I think it's. I don't think it's so. Vivi. I think it's a fake.
I'm starting to think Khan's Viper now.
Think so?
I'm getting that feeling.
I think Hera could. Hera would also do it. If of the two, I think this might be.
Viper.
Or the three.
Yeah.
I think Viper or Hera would fake with the caps. More so Viper, but.
More so Viper, yeah. And also do know that Viper did mention in the past, I can't say he's the first player to do it, but he kind of capitalized on it, that he would pick a civ that he doesn't really care too much about in a ban.
That's true.
Because he just isn't, he just wants more flexibility in civ choosing.
But also, Viper and Hera have played one too many cross games where Viper picked melee and just went for the unlimited food fish traps, and maybe Hera, if it is him, had PTSD and said, like, oh god, I don't want to face that again, if it is Viper, because you don't know. And then he banned it. The speculation is unreal here, Slam.
It's huge, I know. I'm really digging this tight build, these tight builds, clean builds.
Yeah.
The fact that he built 2 ranges, has archers already.
Yep.
And these transitions, I know Viper, there's a few games in the past where Viper has played against Jordan, and he's done some really cool strats with like Indians versus Berbers, where he'd actually go for 3 TCs with Indians first, and then he'd make this really tight transition into a range with defensive skirms.
It's so, you know what's so fun?
It's a long story, but what's that?
What's so fun to me is, as we speculate, people are doing it in the chat, and everything they're saying, like, oh, so-and-so would like, someone said Hera always walls with markets. Like, everyone walls with markets if need be. It's just that you're comparing 2 very good players. They could do the same things. There's so little to speculate over. I love it.
I know, it's tough. It's tough.
It's gotta be so fun to watch this as a player. Like, if you're Hera or Viper or whoever this is, watch it be ACCM. ACCM's like, oh my god, they don't know it's me. It's so funny to me. Only Hera builds houses. Only Hera builds houses. But no, I agree. He's played so clean. The preparation was there. It's amazing.
Box formation on the archers, I think.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Only 15 out of the 16 players do that on a consistent... Oh, wait. Can't be Hera or Viper.
That's what I'm saying.
The army's getting trapped. It can't be Hera or Viper. They're not dumb enough to do that. Oh, my god. Oh, wait. Oh, Sheriff just did a split for a small moment. Must be Leary. Oh, the micro. Viper confirmed.
No. Yeah.
I think Sheriff is Viper for sure. Oh wait, but Sheriff is losing. Can't be Viper. Oh my god, this is tough.
Oh man. All I know is Blue has absolutely killed it with this fish boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's gonna be huge. Like, oh, he's gonna go up. I didn't realize that.
What?
Oh,
what?
Yeah. Oh man.
This is extra greed. Like, now, and now I'm doing the same thing. Extra greed, 1 TC, fast Arbalest, no eco expansion to a 2nd TC whatsoever. I'm feeling more like it's Viper because of this.
Yeah, I know. That's what I don't know.
He could pay the price for it. Sheriff of Nottingham snipes 3 villagers, and Sheriff has expanded to a 2nd town center. So for Sheriff, you might not have the fishing ships, but if you take the middle, if you continue to engage like this, could be great for you. Oh, he could get through. All right, ready? It's going to be a market wall.
Yep.
Ready? Wait, he doesn't have the wood. He does have the wood. No, he doesn't have the wood. Will he have the wood?
Oh, Red should have. I think Red. Do you think Red should have gone in?
For sure, man. He should have gone in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh. But
do you think Red should have killed 10 vills there?
I think
so.
Viper would have killed 11, to be honest. So. Wow, if Ballistics is in for both, and it is, this means that Blue is going to take a fight right before Imperial Age, which is so important.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, red is thinking, like, they're both thinking the similar thing. I just think blue has done it a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, red's just clicked up. And this is interesting. Red, who added the second town center earlier, is still behind in economy just because of the fishing ships. And Thumbring, fast Arbalest. This could end Sheriff. He could be out of the tournament after this. This is incredible from Kotyan.
Yeah.
Do you watch The Office?
Yes. Well, I watched like the first 6, 7 seasons, so anything after
Okay,
that.
someone said you sound like Jim Halpert.
Oh, I've heard this the other day.
Oh, really?
So that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
People say I look like Edward from Twilight, so it could be worse. Kotyan's got to be careful here. He did patrol. Okay. He's getting out of here. He also shot a sheep, which was really ruthless. I'm not rooting for Kotyan anymore after that.
It's pretty brutal.
But Arbalest will be in eventually. Chemistry coming in. I like the chemistry before fletching choice, because chemistry takes so long to come in. So I like to get that a bit earlier sometimes.
It's like getting the hard job done first type thing. That's how I see it.
Yep. I guess Bracer's on the way as well, and you can see it there at the top, guys. And this could just be the game right here. This is such a good fight for Kotyan. He's just cleaner build.
I think he should just bring his other group of archers. Yeah, okay, he's doing it.
Yeah. Bring it over. You're fighting with better tech. Look at the splits. Look at the micro. Boom!
Yeah, this is... I think red is really thinking, you know what, I think this hill might be good enough to hold this off.
Yeah.
Oh
my god, that was twice!
Yeah, take my words back.
Kotyan was all the dirty dancing, but that was so bad, man. That was so bad. And now red has made it. I mean, the population's not that different. They both have fragile ecos. Oh, man. Well, you know, Arbalest and now Chemistry's in. And we said it, Chemistry takes forever. So you're still going to be fighting with better tech if you're in Blue's position. Could have been better there.
Blue's just got a random ram just
what?
ramming. Yeah, it's awesome. He's going to get in on that stable.
A random ram. Well done, Slam. Wow, I didn't even mean to rhyme.
A random ram ramming.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess this is going to make Sheriff fight before his techs. Yeah, exactly. Blue knows that red has to deal with this. Well,
it's not looking too good.
Yeah, the gold as well. It's the woodlines. Oh, the split there from Kotyan, noticing the Mangonel. Beautiful.
I actually didn't see this meta coming at all. Like, I thought there was going to be people putting docks in the corners, fire ships coming out.
It's a strat, man. It's a strat. I think we had two players for once with the same save go for the exact same thing. And Kotyan has bested him, and he's abusing the woodline situation now. He has 3 different groups. He's focusing on every single group. When you go fast imp like this, normally you're so low eco that you can do that as well.
Oh, his north gold is so exposed.
Yeah, the vills are going down everywhere for Sheriff. And
forward house.
Forward house, beautiful.
That's very smart, because he just wants units to attack that thing.
I think he wants, the ARBs to patrol into it, or the TC to aggro it. Kind of doesn't work when you send, you think that's a Viper thing right there? Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I think this is over for Sheriff, and Sheriff is out. I think we just saw a giant go down. I think we had 2 giants face off in round 1, Slam, because Sheriff played good. Like, really, really good. And Kotyan still got the 3-1 win.
Yeah. Like, straight from game 1, Khan just had some clean builds. I keep saying it over and over again, but this game especially, it was awesome to watch.